any. I'm Ross.
I'm Mark.
I'm Jip.
And today we have got Ben Williams, or AKA Ben Strongman.
Big Ben.
1/3 of the world's strongest chavas.
Welcome to the show, mate.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
How you doing?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just busy lifestyle at the moment. Training, working.
Firstly, thank you for bringing this. What's it
Petrol.
called?
It's like a wine strength energy drink.
See, I had these in America, and I can't remember what it was called there, but it knocks you off.
Yeah, I was trying to get a cocktail. There's an old drink you would have had as a kid. I don't want to give away any names.
You can say it. You can say it. It's all right. Yeah, you can say it.
You say the name of that?
It's all right. I'm just not sure about labels.
Green, so MD 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Right, the green one.
Right.
Mixed with the blue one of them. It's coming back. It was on a meme on Instagram.
There's loads of them coming back, isn't there?
Yeah,
There's making cocktails out of everything, aren't there?
Yeah, so big gin ball, MD 2020 in a can of that. I was trying to find it. I've been all over. I've been every shop in the northeast.
What,
I
MD
managed to get
2020?
4 cans.
So what's this one called? We can say it.
Dragon soup.
Dragon soup. Yeah.
But they've started doing it in wine bottles.
I've
I've
It's-
seen that.
and
Make it a bit more classic.
Dragon
Yeah.
soup XO or something with a gold label and everything.
Is it any
Yeah.
stronger?
I think it's 11%. That's 7.5, and then 11%.
11%.
Yeah. Well, we've had a long week, so this is perfect for us. So
Yeah.
thank you very much, mate.
No
I think,
problem.
unless we end up wobbling out of here.
Yeah.
I'm just
Could be a
gonna stick
long
to my
night.
Fruit cordial.
So for people that don't know, you are now pretty much you're full strongman, aren't you? Competitor,
So half strongman, half working man,
half, and then full chava.
full-time chava. I'm 1/3 of the world's strongest chavas.
1/3. Who's the? Well, obviously I know the second one, but you can tell them all.
Right, so Dale, he's the owner of 3D Strength.
Yeah.
He is, without a doubt, for his weight class, and even if he was in the open classes, he'd be probably one of the strongest chavas.
He's a
in the world.
mutant, isn't he? A full mutant.
It doesn't make sense to see his frame lifting the weights that he does. And then the other one, Lee Forbister, he used to train out of Body Extreme in Aycliffe, and in the lockdown he built a shed in his garden. One of the lads from our gym helped him build a shed,
Yeah.
and he's got all the equipment in there. But again, he used to compete in the weight class for like 105. Pretty certain he had a deadlift record at one point. There's a lot of
As
online
in
coaching.
world record.
I think it was a
Us.
European record. I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember. He's got the video. He posted a video on his Instagram a couple of weeks ago. But again, he's just mental. You know, if I pull up at the gym and the new monkey's blasting, and if he's in, all you'll hear is woo, and he just wanders around the gym aimlessly shouting woo.
Like
and then-
Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo!
And then he does his set. But honestly, yeah, when us three are together, the new monkey's on.
Yeah.
Lock the gym doors, and then what goes down goes down.
So I know, obviously Dale's competed and stuff, but we're just gonna explain what you've just competed in, your biggest one yet.
Yeah.
So that was
UK's strongest man.
UK's Strongest Man. So
Yeah.
obviously I watched on telly. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people from Darlow watched it, and I think you look the part, don't you? I think you've just, even before you were a strong man, you look like a strong man.
You can't hide it.
Yeah, you can't. I think you were just born to be it.
Yeah. I get it at work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have like monthly meetings at work, and you get like you get put down as a flight risk. So is it likely that you're going to leave the business? So we've got a big rail manufacturer. When you've got someone that might be leaving the business who's like in management, you've got to start thinking we need to get someone in.
Right.
So I'm down as a medium flight risk because they're like, oh, you're doing quite well in strongman now. You could just leave us at any time.
So
if the right
basically, you
sponsorship
being on
comes.
telly was a bit of a like shit.
No, but I've never shown any interest in leaving. But it's because they see me. I'm sat at my computer desk eating food out of a Tupperware dish, and I am the size I am. I can't hide it.
Yeah.
There's one of the women who was in HR or planning. She plays national level netball, but you can never tell because what does a netball player look like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
so
if the right
yeah.
sponsorship come, she could go Olympics, whatever. She's really good. I think she played for Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she could leave the business any time if she went pro.
But
doing
she's
that.
not walking about
She's
with a
not-
little like netball outfit on and a ball.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it. I just can't hide it, can I? I'm just
Yeah.
Massive.
22 stone. That's it. Ordering 4XL clothes from reception.
4XL.
4X, yeah, the work clothes. Yeah.
So firstly, like we're gonna come back to it, but like, just massive congratulations on competing in UK Strongest Man, mate.
Thank
I
you.
think it's absolutely mint. Again, mint for the area and just mint for the gym as well. Like I know that gym there is becoming one of the leading strongmen gym in the country. Really,
Yeah.
easy say that, can't we?
Absolutely. This year, especially after the lockdown, Dale's been doing similar stuff to this
Yeah.
on his Instagram page, and we're getting people from all over the country coming up to people coming up from Wales for a training session for a couple of hours and then off
That's
they go.
good.
It's not bad for a gym on Skirney,
No.
is it?
Well, that's it. Yeah, you
It's
know,
going Park's finest.
Yeah.
honestly, it's
But
unreal.
but the mint thing about that is you own it, don't you? You know it's like a rough little gym, but the results that come out of it are amazing.
That's it. It's Dale's training style as well.
Yeah.
You can't just. Not everyone could do it. There's other coaches out there that will train you in a different way, and you will get the results eventually. But the intensity of that gym, we've had people come in for one session and never go back.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Honest to God. Yeah.
500 press-ups, 500 sit-ups.
What do you reckon
Here we
Mark
go.
would be like in Dale's gym?
I reckon I could hack it.
What
I'd
Atlas
give it a
stone-
good
what
go.
Atlas stone do you reckon he could carry?
I mean,
Some gravel,
I couldn't carry much, but I'd give it
a little pebble.
You'd be very surprised, you know. When you look at it and you think,
No, he was. I mean, he's a dark horse in everything he does.
Yeah.
And we did a few weeks training, and within the second session, never trained before, he's screaming. Doing his bicep curls like blood. Oh,
no way, it's just the bar. Ah.
There was one morning,
It was-
wasn't it? He was
yeah.
like,
I think, yeah, we've been there a week and my arms were killing us, and all I could carry was the bar, and even then my arms were like shaking. I
This
was
is just
sweating.
like one of the things that I get used to do. Like 1 minute
Yeah.
we're cutting hair, the next minute we're all in our boxes getting our body fat measured.
Yeah.
So
We-
doing
me
a
and-
12-week
that was
course.
an odd experience.
me and Mark were doing it.
Yeah.
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 He was eating
someone-
cake and ice cream.
Going home eating cake and McDonald's drive-through on
what
the
was the
slab.
drive for that? Was it when Jay put his t-shirt on?
But no,
Remember
yeah.
that t-shirt, the long sleeve t-shirt she got? Looked like a crop top.
Oh, yeah. I got a bit of fat, yeah.
He was actually smaller when we were doing the gym stuff.
Never.
It was just
No,
locked
it wasn't. You see that
lockdown
top,
body.
that top I had on, it was like a tit, like full man boob.
A good tits then.
Looked like
Need
you
a
were
bra.
smuggling a fruit bowl up the top.
So, so I mean, what we like to do on here is go back to the beginning.
very
Where's the? I mean, even before the strongman stuff, what's kind of led you into it?
It all started with like, I can't remember the website. I've been trying to think of it this week. Before YouTube, there was like another website that had videos on. Used to go on.
Not like MySpace or Bebo.
Nah, you like mini clip and mouse breakers for your games,
Oh, yeah.
and I think it was called Meta Cafe or something cafe.
Have a hotel.
Habbo Hotel at Cork Music. Do you remember that one?
I don't remember.
Cork
that.
Music.
Yeah, used to make like little music samples with this weird thing. Go into like a chat room, and then you'd play it, and people could like credit you, but you get like free coins, and then you'd get like all like the old men who sit in their underpants.
Yeah.
Ross.
You could you could have to pay money.
I am slightly older than you, and I do sit in my underpants. But let's get it clear: I do not go on these websites and talk to people.
But yeah, I remember skipping through all these videos. You're watching stuff like people falling off motorbikes or people twisting their ankle on rollerblades and all that sort of stuff. Oh, the other one, is it E-Bounds World?
Oh,
Can anyone
I've
remember
seen
that?
it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
Can't
that,
remember
yeah.
any of these.
Yeah, it was
Remember
like
that for
a
you, Mark?
Phil's website,
No.
wasn't it?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
it was this guy. I remember one of them. He's on a BMX and he goes to go up a half pipe, but it's like like a quarry where there's like a sewer pipe. He was going to go up and then down.
Ah, yeah.
He missed it and face planted the concrete going maybe like 15 mile an hour, and his nose is hanging off and there's blood everywhere. Never that.
Yeah, nah.
So
no thanks.
you used to do that thing. Next video, and a
So
thing
this
come
was
on,
like so back then. That was like
I
today's
was in
TikTok
school.
kind of thing.
I was in
Yeah.
school at the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, dial up internet and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Touched on that
See,
before.
see, Ben knows.
He
damn.
knows.
So
Not
used to
mine,
watch that, and then a video come up. Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like.
So back then he'll have probably still been competing, was he?
Yeah, it was him and Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Used to watch that, and I used to look at it and think, Christ, how do you make yourself that big? And obviously, Strongman's on the telly at Christmas.
Yeah, everyone watches that. Did you used to watch that?
Everyone
Yeah,
watches it.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
Christmas.
family
Everyone
tradition,
watches
isn't
it.
Yeah.
But
It's mint actually.
it's
Because
like-
they were always in like
Still watch it
Barbados
now.
or something, weren't they?
What's that?
They were always abroad, weren't they, at Christmas?
Yeah.
Obviously, because it was filmed at a different time.
Yeah,
like-
so it's always in a Raj country.
Yeah.
Bit different nowadays because there's like social media and everything. They'll go to they went to Botswana in Africa the other year.
Right.
But then there was they released a statement to say the amount of tourism and everything that went
It
over.
helps.
Yeah, so it's like, it's a win-win situation for. It's funny if you watch them, people are doing strongman competing like Bicaflo Beyonce doing his thing, and then afterwards it zooms in on the crowd and it's like little African blokes wearing like a Man City top. It's obviously come from like Gift Aid or something like that.
Yeah.
Barbara Stag do 2015.
Remember that meme?
Them all walking about with stringers on.
So this video, Ronnie Coleman come on, and I used to think to myself, Christ, how do you get your body like that? There's no YouTube of how to diet, how to do this, how to do that. And then every Friday at the Dolphin Centre, you used to be able to go and pay a £1. You could go swimming, go to the gym, play on the PlayStations in the cafe, like a little youth club,
Sausage,
five-a-side
chips
footy.
and gravy from the cafe back in
Yeah,
the
so-
dolly.
Used to go there, started training on a Friday, and I was doing a little bit of boxing at Paul Hampton's place back in the day when that was on.
Another fighting man.
Another fighting man. I just started training. That was like the start of the training side of things. And then when I left school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with myself. I was pot washing in a restaurant, and my mum said to me, "Right, you're gonna have to do something with yourself." And I was like, "Right, well, I think I might go to college." And she was like, "And do what?" And it was like pressure.
Yeah.
And in the end, I was just like, "I'm gonna join the Marines."
Right.
And she went, "Okay." So one morning I got ready for school. I went to go get the bus, and she was like, Nah, I'm going to take you down to the careers office and we'll sign up now. All right, brilliant. So I walked
This one's
in.
backfired.
Yeah, so I walked in, I'm in my school uniform, got all the application letters and everything, filled it in, watched a video, and the video was all, there was a thing called Commando Frontline on the TV at the time.
Is
Watched
that with Ross Kempton?
No,
Not that one.
It's the first time they ever followed the recruits from start to finish. It was really good, and I thought, do you know what? I don't mind doing a bit of like fitness and all that sort of stuff. Went to join, done like this pre-test, and they just said, "Yeah, you're too immature. But we'll withdraw your application." So when I got home, I said to my mum,
How did they gauge that you were too immature?
just messing about. I just left school, 16
Yeah.
year old. Thought it was the first time I'd been away from home doing anything.
You're still pretty immature, to be fair. Like,
Nothing's
I
changed.
just refused to
James.
grow up. I refused to grow up.
we're all Peter Pan, aren't we?
Yeah, so
Some
we're
of
just
us
like faffing about, and we're doing assault courses during the day and then dicking about on the night. That's just how it felt to me.
Sleepover.
Yeah, that's what it was,
Yeah.
big sleepover. And when I got back, they said, "Oh, we've withdrew your application." And the guy at the careers office at the time said, "It's another year before you can sign back up." And the first thought going through my head was, "Oh, my mum's going to be trying to get me to go to college again and all that crap." And he said, "Right, there's an opening in March, Navy, as an engineer." And I just went, "Yeah, all right, do it." Didn't know anything about the job at the time. Went through this little interview process and everything and joined up. And I loved it. Like the basic training and everything was class. Joined my first ship in St. Lucia.
Did
Flew
you
up-
know how long you were going to be away for when you signed up?
Yeah, it was 6 month deployments and things
Yeah.
like that. But there, I'm a young kid. I had no like ties to anything, no house, car, nothing. Just, sounded like the life for me. And the guy was saying, "Oh yeah, I've been to Barbados before. And we just played volleyball with the locals, and went for jerk chicken down the local fish market and all that." And we're like, "Oh, sounds like a bit of me." That far from reality. That like,
Yeah.
you spend like 3 weeks at sea, sweaty, living with 30 blokes in one room. You wake up in the morning, the first thing you see is a bare man's arsehole.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, is this for me, really?" Anyway, 7 years later,
Yeah. So it clearly was for you then, yeah.
it's a single man's life. If you haven't got a family, it's great. And you know what, you see a lot of the world. I wouldn't discourage anyone from joining, but
Yeah.
But towards the end, I'd done a couple of deployments. I just wanted to try something different. So this went to the gym with this guy, and we were doing shoulder press or bench press, one of the two, and shoulder press 40 kilo dumbbells. I was only 17.
Yeah.
Only a bit.
As a warm up.
No. I did 2 or 3 reps with the 40 kilo dumbbells.
Right, yeah.
Probably half reps. And he said, "Oh, bloody hell, you're quite strong. There's a powerlifting competition, you know, on Wednesday next week." The thing with the forces is they used to give you like an afternoon off to do fitness so you could pass your fitness test. He said, the only thing is though, you'll have to get the full day off. So when I spoke to my boss, he was like, "Yeah, feel free. Yeah, go do it, you know." And it's just being lazy really. So I grew a beard so I didn't have to get up in the morning and shave. Wanted to go do this powerlifting competition so I didn't have to go to work for the day.
Yeah.
So it was all basically just being lazy.
Sky
Right, so went to this powerlifting competition. Everyone was turning up. They had like the leotards, lifting shoes, belts, everything. I turned up. I was wearing a pair of Air Max. I can't even remember what t-shirt I had on.
Lonsdale.
Nah, Slazenger.
Slazenger's best.
So,
The Gurks.
oh,
The Gurks.
God. Someone told me about a bloke getting a pasty thrown at him outside of there once.
Probably me.
Yeah.
So I went to do this powerlifting competition. So I used to do deadlifts with straps on, powerlifting, no straps. So I was like, so I was warming up, got to like 80 kilos and bloody hands were slipping off. And I thought, I need my straps, otherwise I can't hold on. And the lad was like, nah, opposite grip. I was like, oh, never done it
Yeah,
before.
so you're still learning everything
Yeah.
at that point, yeah.
So I weighed in at like 112 kilo body weight. So at the time, I was the only person in my weight class. So I could have lifted nothing and still won. But I managed to lift, so a squat was 200 kilo,
Yeah.
a 130 bench, and a 220 deadlift.
And you were how old?
I was under 23, so I was still a junior. But the deadlift was a junior record for the forces. And I thought, bloody hell, I've not even trained.
And your training then was just going to the gym. It wasn't strongman.
Yeah, it was just
training,
going. Yeah, it was just for something to do really. Because when I first joined the Navy, I couldn't go out and drink. I had to be back on the base by midnight and all that sort of stuff. So, got contact with a guy called Chris, who was like the head of the powerlifting organisation for the Navy. He said, "Well, we're doing another competition here. Get training for it." One of the guys sent me like an Excel spreadsheet with like fill your numbers in. Went to this next competition, and there were 4 or 5 guys in my weight class this time, so I dropped a little bit of weight from a fitness test and come first. I thought, I don't mind this. Bought the leotard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm now a strongman.
Long socks, pair of deadlift slippers, all that sort of stuff.
Leotard.
Yeah, I've got several.
Frilly bits on the end.
Frilly
So
bits.
I ended up
Saturday
doing
nights.
the combined services. So RAF, Army, Navy, all getting one room, see who's the strongest out of everyone.
It's always a high level, that isn't it? Of any sport or anything like that. When you sort of the inter competitions or whatever, it's always massive, isn't it? Boxing used to be massive, didn't it?
Well, in the forces.
Yeah, or still is maybe.
If you're a boxer or a footballer, you don't even do your normal job.
Right, so
You
you're
just get
full time boxer.
You just get shipped off to
yeah.
like a PT centre and play football all day, training. Boxing's exactly the same. You just get put through fight camp after fight camp. So I did the combined services stuff and came second, but I hit your 3 lifts combined as a total. I hit a total that qualified me for the European Championships, which is outside the forces, and they wouldn't give me the time off work. So I thought, right, well enough.
Yeah.
Jacked it in. Thought, nah, no way. And I got put on a promotion signal, and I was alongside, and powerlifting just ended. Didn't bother doing it anymore.
Right.
And ended up getting picked for the bloody under 23s Navy team, rugby.
Oh yeah.
Never played rugby in my life. I'd never played in my life. And they were like, "Oh yeah, you look like
hooker or not?
you look like you'd be a good prop."
Ah, right, yeah.
Oh, right. What do they do? I played 2 games for them. They said, "I've got the power and the strength, but I just don't know the game at all." I just said, "You're in the 10s channel. had like code names for certain moves they were doing.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to run an Aussie line. I'm like, yep, no bother. Run the wrong direction. Oh,
Did you play rugby at school?
Mate, not really. In PE.
In PA, yeah.
But that's about as
Not
far
at all.
as
tag.
A little
Yeah,
tag.
do you know what? I love tag rugby.
You
It
couldn't
was-
play rugby at Eastbourne.
Yeah, we did, but not
Fight.
very
It
often.
would just turn into fights, surely.
What was that? Just
No.
a playtime.
We did.
'Cause we
But
did.
I don't remember
it
it
was
very
quite big
well.
at Carmel. So, and when, in year 7,
Carmel was the only place in town that had a pool.
We had a pool, but
Carmel?
Carmel had a pool.
Nah,
didn't it?
Hummer's not.
we had a pool,
Hummer's not had a pool.
but it was full of spiders and cobwebs.
Our school had to go to another school for
It was
swimming.
Hummer's not have a pool, 100%.
No,
Was
I
it?
don't. I don't think they
They
do.
do.
Hummers not do, yeah.
Do they?
There's
Yeah.
Longfield has a school.
Longfield doesn't.
Longfield has a
Hummers
school.
that used to be the pool that all other schools used to go to.
Who?
Hummer's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like-
My mate's mum used to be like the.
Oh, we
the
got
teacher.
nowhere. We
No.
went nowhere.
No, you was not
No,
allowed.
weren't
out.
allowed.
They just flung us a football
Yeah.
on the
Go
Astro. Sort your own teams out.
But I used to like, obviously in year 7 I was about this tall, so then I never grew, so I was like about the right height for year 7. Played rugby like quite quick, and then year 8 everyone grew up like that, and then I remember just going into a ruck, and I got squashed in the ruck, and my
What's
two
a ruck?
shoulders like
Scrum.
like that, but like live, so it happens quick.
Oh.
So
So
if you run into me for a tackle, you keep hold of the ball and the feet
You
you
go-
behind you.
you have to hit the
Everyone-
deck.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
So then some
Just get trampled
Some-
on.
I can't. I was going to say big cunt. Basically lands on me, and then my shoulder blades like nearly touched. I just went,
Nah,
get me
not
off.
for me.
That's just. I'll go and play cricket, mate. No problem.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
So
So
it
what
was
did you did you play
wasn't-
in PE?
Yeah, PE, that was about as
Yeah.
far as my sporting
I reckon you're very good at
career went.
badminton.
Do you know, I love badminton.
Badminton's
I
a good
love
sport.
basketball.
He can handle the shuttlecock.
Yeah.
He's fucking
Mark's good with a cock.
Yeah. Very good.
just to get it right. Mark is good with a cock.
I don't even know where to go from there, to be honest.
Let's go back to
What did
bed.
you do in PE?
Let's go back.
PE, I love basketball. Basketball.
You played
was all-
basketball in PE?
Yeah, we played everything.
Yeah,
we
Um,
didn't have
we
much
played
choice,
basketball.
yeah, and I was quite a good runner as well. Like
didn't have-
short distance, like 100 meters, 200
Were you,
meters.
Mark?
Yeah.
Didn't expect that.
I was, and
So
I
like,
wasn't
it's your
stupidly.
fast twitch fibres, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're short
Yeah,
distance.
it's
What?
Fast twitch fibres.
everything
Yeah.
has to be 100 mile an hour.
How fast were you faster? 100 metres.
No, I got. I think I got in the 13 seconds, which was quite fast for a teenager. But then started getting on the Fosters. About year 8,
Fosters.
yeah, tins of Fosters.
Oh.
And yeah,
On the tinny.
I got all right. I was all right across country at one point, but I think year 8 and 9, I was all right, and then year 10, yeah, downhill.
Yeah, everyone's
Running, yeah.
pied.
Gets to a point, doesn't it, at school where you're either good or you're not.
Yeah, I used to get nervous, me, in athletics and that. Like, I don't know. I remember, like, just start lines and that. For
Yeah, we used to go to like
Nervous
the,
time.
what was it called? Town Sports.
Yeah. I was always a reserve. So I used to get to go, but didn't have
I
to
ran,
run.
what did I
Nice
run in
day off
Town
school.
Sports? 1500 metres. 1500 metres.
1500 metres.
Well, I was like running like Air Max.
Yeah,
And then, like, you run
everyone
against
else
Carmel,
has
they've all
spikes.
got spikes and then the
Yeah.
blocks and that, and it's like, yeah, fuck that.
You turn up, tripping them up and down.
Yeah.
Start banging out your mouth.
There was a lad at our school who did all that town sports and like county cross country. Lad called Michael Parry.
Yeah.
Mate, tall as you like, big beanpole. He'd do like an extra lap at the cross country at school and still beat everyone.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Do you know
There's
what I
always
mean?
someone
Yeah,
that
there's
will
always
like that,
someone.
wasn't
Bouncing past
tell
you.
you
What
what,
a cocky prick.
I tell you what, year 7, right? I
gonna watch this and kill
broke
you.
the discus school record, right? But then one lad out of my year got a discus for Christmas, right? So he practices in his field all year, comes back year 8, just blasts all the records.
Who
Never.
gets a discus for Christmas?
I won't name him, but yeah.
Hey, I tell you what
Bastard.
I did. No, I went to what was it, Jarrow? Did you know the Jarrow Arena? Right, I went there. I was doing the javelin. Eastbourne, never had a javelin. Do you want to throw the javelin? I said, well, pass me it here. There was lads and lasses for some reason, but there was like a teacher in our school called Mr. Couch, and his daughter was throwing the javelin.
Who was he married to? Mrs. Cushion.
His house off it, but his daughter threw the javelin, but she only had one arm. She fucking beat me with one arm. She beat me. She
Yeah,
threw
but
this
she only
javelin.
needs one
She
arm
beat-
to throw a
she
javelin.
beat- Yeah, no, but it looks off it, didn't it?
Yeah, but you're the one
do
for
you mean?
balancing
I
it.
got
Yeah,
beat
you
by
don't
one
need
arm
two
lass.
arms.
I
You
got
don't
beat
need
by
two
one
arms.
arm lass in the javelin.
Yeah, but it.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like it's off it, innit?
if you needed 2 arms to throw javelin, then
Yeah, but your balance is a bit. You know what I mean?
Great.
I'm surprised you didn't just turn round and throw it at someone.
Fuck off.
That's Eastbourne for you.
Yeah, it was off at Eastbourne.
Hey.
It was
Bloody
mental.
hell.
So, where were we? Rugby.
Rugby, yeah. So you started playing rugby.
Rugby was an absolute failure. Although I was good at like taking people down and stuff like that, I just did not know the game whatsoever. And knocked it on
You
the
must
head.
have been quite fast.
I can shift like.
Yeah, I reckon you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for long distances.
No, I reckon a good 60
Short.
metres in you back then.
Yeah.
You'd be flying.
Even now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 Used to be able to beat the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What dog was
What
it?
dog?
yeah. French bulldog.
That's got tiny legs, man.
Fast though.
Yeah, quite fast. Yeah, quite fast.
Oh, they'll go.
Thought you were going to say a greyhound or something.
Oh yeah, I used to beat me lurcher. Used to go lamping on a Saturday.
I used to catch a rabbit.
Would you have to like? Oh
He's after one of them no-label drinks.
Yeah.
yeah, hey,
No.
no. That one. I opened it for you earlier.
Oh, cheers.
There you go.
No label.
You can have it out the bottle if you want.
Oh, yeah.
True,
I
yeah.
don't want to pawn it in the schooner.
Down it.
Huh?
What?
Down it.
Please look at the glass.
Don't. What?
Tip your glass.
Call it a Belgian dip.
Flick me in the eye.
Belgian dip.
Do you remember that Austin Powers 2?
No.
Yeah, he has his Starbucks coffee and he gets foam all over his nose.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I
Yeah.
can't remember what you said, though. You remember everything, though.
Belgian dip.
My memory,
Your memory's insane.
insane.
Dates, times.
Barcode numbers,
Oh, yeah. What? So what was it? What do you know?
cream egg.
Cream egg barcode. What, have they all got the same barcode number, like?
Well, yeah,
What?
Have they?
yeah, of course they do.
Right.
It's on a big database, isn't
So say it then, and I'll try and find a picture to put
it?
up.
50201600.
Fucking mental.
I thought it'd be longer than that. Like
What was it then?
How many digits
502
on it?
600.
That was well wrong.
Me and a close friend of mine, me and you,
Uh,
we worked in the same shop. Mr. Skew.
oh yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
worked in the same shop. I was doing like temporary over Easter before I joined the Navy, and they were an absolute nightmare to scan. You know, because the foil
Ah,
folds
yeah, because
over.
they'll always be folded
So
up, won't they?
we learnt it. We used to do it, you know, like 50 times a day.
right,
You
yeah.
do it, and it's just stuck. I've only ever used it once, and I was stood. We had like I had like 6 bottles of Desperados in the lakes in like a Tesco's local. Thought I don't need a basket. I'm only getting a few drinks anyways. They were on offer 3 for a £5 or something. So I had them all on my fingers, and they were cutting into my fingers all the bottle caps. And this woman's at the till. Oh, can't scan it. And I went, hey, the barcode number's 5021600. And she went, put it in. She went, oh, thank you. I was like, yeah, my fingers are absolutely killing.
No, pass me cream egg.
I didn't even want it.
Oh,
Some
did you?
kid in front of
Oh,
me.
right,
I had
yeah.
all the bottles like that. They were just digging right in. I thought they're going to slice my fingers clean open in a minute. Aye. Mental. Cream eggs. Memory. Remember all sorts.
Yeah,
Can't
you
remember what I
do.
had for my breakfast though. Short-term memory's absolutely gone.
Right, so you just remember.
The
You
small
remember what
daft
you,
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, like proper useful shit information.
Jay's got a good memory. Very good trait of Jay's is he remembers everyone's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the opposite.
He knows. I mean, we all do each other's clients, but he knows every client that comes in.
Yeah.
Here. He knows the name. I mean, we know them, but I couldn't like ping someone's name like that until I see them.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to put that face to the name.
Yeah.
Whereas with Jay, if you have someone you're like, I can't put that face to the name. You
Yeah.
go, who's that? And he explains, and you're like, oh, right, yeah, I know now.
I think it's a really nice trait, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially good in your
Yeah.
like, profession, isn't
I
it?
think when you're talking to someone, if you use the name, especially if you're first meeting them, it just breaks down a little barrier as well, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
of course it does.
Yeah, and I think it's a mint thing. I just talk myself out of the name, so I'll remember it. I know it. I see them. That's not the name.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
do
my own
that.
head.
I do
I've
that
I've done it
all
many
the
a times
time.
though.
Yeah.
I was calling
So
the lad wrong name about
So-
3 or 4 times. No, I've done it a couple of times
the
anyways.
risk of having a good memory like yours is that you trust it, so you will. If you think it's
So I
that
kept
name,
going,
you
yeah.
go for it.
Yeah, I kept going. But to my defence, that one lad, he had his name backward on Bucksy.
Ah, right. Yeah, I know
that
you're
was
talking
one.
about.
That was
Oh,
one.
yeah,
But
yeah.
one
I
lad.
still don't know his first.
Yeah.
I still get them mixed up.
I think it's, yeah.
Yeah.
I know which one it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know which one it is
Yeah,
now
yeah.
because I've got him on Instagram now. But to my defence, it was
Yeah.
on Bucksy. That was his name. But
Yeah.
you shouldn't have your name backwards.
Bucksy's gospel.
Yeah.
If your name's on there, we're calling you that
Yeah,
name.
that's
Yeah,
it.
that's his name.
Yeah.
now.
Fair
So
enough.
some mums book the kids in. That's their name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Laura.
How we doing, Melissa?
Yeah. Are you right?
Some big butch bloke.
Hello.
How you doing, Melissa? Yeah, so rugby stopped. I thought, I'm not having that. Well, I didn't stop playing rugby, they dropped me
Right.
because I was that bad.
Because you didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Nah, not a clue. I just didn't know what was going on. And then they did a random
Shame on them. They could have had a strong man in the team.
injury prone. So I was at the end of this promotion course and I was sick of my life. I wanted to leave the Navy. I'd had enough. And then they did a random deadlift competition, and I deadlifted more than what you could fit on the bar at the military gym, because they have them big fat rubber bumper plates. So you couldn't fit any more than 220 kilo on. So a mate of mine said, "Why don't you come train at this gym in Portsmouth? It's run by a strongman, a dude called Rob Frampton. He's on Instagram. Have a look. Bit of world's strongest man." And
Being a world's strongest man.
he's been 2 world's strongest man.
Has he?
Yeah. Anyway, so
We'll recognise him then, won't we? Really?
it might have been 2009.
Right.
So I looked on his website and everything, and this bloke, right, he's got shaved head, goatee, tattoos all over the back of his head. I walked in the gym and he sat there, his head's like a kettlebell. It's massive. And I went, "Oh yeah, is it okay if I come and train?" And he went, "All right, mate, no bother, yeah, get yourself in there. We're all training at 5, just wait about, you can train with us." And I was like, "You have no idea who I am." He just let me train with you all.
I think that's one of the most important things when you're getting into something, though. That you're welcome. Because say if he was a bit of a dick there,
I'd have never
you
gone
turn
back.
around, walk out.
Yeah.
You're not a strong man.
Yeah.
Innit? You're back to the Navy. You might be still in the Navy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sat down with him in his he had like a little room, and told him about what, I was doing powerlifting. I wanted to program for that, and then started doing a little bit of strongman training with him, with a lad same age as me who lived in Portsmouth. He was like a plumber, and he said, this lad was like, "Oh, I'm doing my first ever competition in a couple of weeks at Terry Holland's gym in Essex." So I said, "Oh, I'll come through and thingy." So Rob said to me, "Bring your kit bag and we'll do a training session while we're there." And I went, "All right, yeah, no bother." So I got there, and he was
Fell
like,
for that one then.
yeah, fell for it. I thought, but obviously Terry Hollands is like a legend in strongman. I think he's like 10 or 11 appearances at World's Strongest Man. Got to the final 9 years in a row. I thought, like a little fangirl moment, get there, Terry Hollands there. Anyway, Rob was like, "Get your kit on, mate, we'll start this training session." I was like, "Yeah, no bother." Got it on like that. And then he called everyone's name out. He'd entered me into it.
Yeah.
And I thought, "Oh," and I was like, and he was like, "Just do it, have fun, come on, you're here now." I came second.
Never?
Yeah, it was like it was a novice, first timers competition, and I came second. And then I got back to the Navy base on the night, and I was sat there, and I just thought, I really want to do that again. That was mint. That was unreal. And then
I think it's not for everyone though. I reckon that there's so many people that have probably gone into these competitions and get overwhelmed. I mean, you've had certain problems with pressure, haven't you? But
oh, of course, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's an intense situation, isn't
You
it?
get your beginner's nerves all the time.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm guessing you need a little bit of them, a bit of adrenaline and shit, but
It does
it's not
help.
for everyone, is it?
What helps me, Dale comes to every competition with me, but he can sense it straight away. But I pay him to coach me. I'd be a little bit annoyed if he didn't like keep an eye on me and watch what I was doing. And he literally just says to me, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm getting my I just need to," and he goes, "Here, should we go and have a look at this thing over the road there?" And I go, "Oh, all right, yeah." And it just calms me right down. And he's like, "Oh, it's off at that, isn't it? Like, could be just looking at a sign on the wall." That's
Yeah.
and it like proper calms me down. And he's like, "Oh, you're up next. Go and get your kit." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, time to go."
Yeah. So he knows.
Yeah,
knows
he's
the
good at
well.
that. He reads people. But I got up back and I was like, "Oh, I want to do that again." And then a week later, I finished my promotion course, and they were like, "Oh, you're away on the ship. It's going away for 6 months." So I couldn't do anything. By that point, I'd had enough. Didn't want to be there anymore. And then handed my notice in. So at this point, I was like, I don't want to be here. I put my notice in, and it's a 12-month notice. So you've got to still stay there for another year.
12 months.
That's a long
That's
time.
what yours
for a
is,
notice,
lads. That's
that.
what yours is.
Yeah, fuck off.
So
If I'm off, I'm off.
the day you think, I've had enough, I don't want to be here, you go, right, I'm leaving in a year.
So you've got a year knowing that you're leaving, so you're getting treated differently for a full year.
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah. And you think you're going into jobs thinking, don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Can't be asked.
Yeah, so you've got to,
Surely
you've
that's
got
not
to,
in their best interest though,
You go-
because you are going to be like lazy and
Yeah,
not asked about it.
You're going on deployment for 6 months.
I'm going to do
Brilliant.
nothing.
Well,
Yeah.
my last deployment was in Norway, and we did Amsterdam, Norway, Poland, did loads of mint countries. It was class. I thought, right, last deployment, I'm going to save loads of money. When I leave, I'll buy a house, I'll get myself set up, all that sort of stuff. First stop, 2 days in Amsterdam, 700 quid, gone. Right,
What on? Good time though.
What on?
that's done. Nah, not that. So,
What happens, right? So you're on 12 months, and you go to Amsterdam, and then you just go on a massive bender, and then you come back, like you're on the weed and that drug tested. No.
Oh, well, yeah. If you
What
did
about
that,
if you do that?
If you got drug tested, you just get kicked out.
Is that not worth doing? No.
So why don't you just take
No, well,
loads
then
of drugs?
You know, you've got to go for
All
a
right,
job.
Mark.
Fucking hell, Mark.
You go for a job interview.
So they had 2 beers.
You go for a job interview, and they look at like a reference. Anyway, Jay,
Don't get him started.
This moose
Stop
juice
drinking
got
that
me-
fucking moose juice.
I've only had half of it as well. That's, yeah.
I've got all fuzzy.
3 for a one, eh? What?
What? Who? Where?
Local people will know that.
So yeah, so you get kicked out. You don't want to get kicked out.
Yeah, but then you go for another job, and what they'll do is they'll just contact your last employer, and then they'll go, "Oh, he was discharged dishonourably," and 9 times out of 10, it's that. So
Yeah.
that doesn't interest me anyway. That like smoking weed, I couldn't think of anything worse. If I'm going to be honest with you. So did the deployment, but like
Well, you,
Norway
Jay.
is like 9.
No comment.
Norway is like £9 a pint. So you
Is
think,
it?
I'm
Yeah.
going to save loads of money. Yeah, you have like 5 pints and you skin
Yeah.
yourself dead quick. Anyway, I came back from there. I hadn't saved a penny. And I got back home and everything, and I thought, right, I joined BoxFit. It was BoxFit at the time.
Yeah,
Physique.
which
now,
is
isn't it?
physique now.
Yeah.
Yeah, good gym.
Joined BoxFit. Did a bit of training. And Dale done Darton Strongest Man 2016. And I looked at it, and then I started looking on Instagram and psyching myself out because he had everyone that was already at the gym. Everyone was already deadlifting 300 kilos, and I was like on 260. I thought, I'm not entering that because I'll never win.
What are you at now, just to show the
Deadlift
difference?
wise?
Yeah.
Last year at the Northern Deadlift Champs did 385.
What have you done in training? Or is that you?
That's
Is that
that's
your
my
PB?
biggest, yeah.
385, so you're on 260 then, yeah. So
Yeah, so
bit of a bump up since then.
100 odd kilos on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it was, I thought I'm not going to enter it. So I mentioned it when I was at home, and then my mum was like, "Oh, we'll do it because it's local. I'll come and watch." Or people saying, "I'll come and watch. I'll come and watch." I thought, well, I'll do it. See what happens. And I thought I hadn't competed in strongman for like 2 years. I hadn't really trained properly. I just spent 6 months in Norway getting drunk. So I entered it, and I come fourth, and I was beaten by a young lad. I think he was only 20 at the time, and then Ian Freeman, the like KFC, used to do UFC up from Stanley. He beat me. Dale put bench press in it. My worst event. I think he set me up, to be honest. Like, but I thought, I want to do it again. I got that feeling back.
Yeah.
So I entered another one 2 weeks later in Newcastle, and I pulled my forearm, and I thought, oh, that's me done. I'm out. Career over.
Yeah.
Got some physio and stuff like that, and then I started training properly with Dale in that August that year, and since then he's basically said, oh, I'd like you to do that competition. I'd like you to do that
So he
competition.
picks your
Like,
schedule.
in a way, not like not in terms of like I want you to do this competition or you're not training here ever again. But he'll say like this competition suits you, or we'll be able to train well for this one, or we'll be able to do this. And I think there's only been twice since I started training at Dale's that I've come outside of the top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That says a lot, doesn't it?
yeah.
Massive.
Yeah. Unreal.
I'll always say, without like his programming and the way that he trains, and like even if you're having a crap day, you can train well. If he's ever away on holiday, the gym atmosphere doesn't feel the same because
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You'll walk in the gym, you'll be at work, you'll have a proper crap day, and you walk in the gym feeling a bit down, and you're walking in, the first thing you'll say is, "Yeah, would you suck a tramp off for $5,000?"
Yes.
And it just lifts your spirits up.
Wait there. We need details.
So-and-so said he'd do it for free. And you know, it's that sort of like...
What kind of
Dado
tramp?
crack.
What kind of tramp is it?
Yeah. A man,
Nah,
a woman.
There's no
If
question.
you're
No
sucking
question.
him off, it's
Well,
going to be a
it's-
man, isn't it?
Huh?
If you're sucking him off, it's going to be a man.
It might be a woman with a cock.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, I think it's still a man, but
What, $5,000?
$5,000.
Nah,
Cash in hand.
Nah.
my answer's
Cash in
no.
hand.
That's just
Tax
one
free.
example.
Huh?
That's just
free.
one example.
Depends how long for.
To the end.
What? You have to finish him.
Can we put him in the shower first?
Finish him.
We put him in the shower?
Pick him up from the bus stop.
No,
outside.
fuck that. They smell like piss. Fucking
I think
smack and fucking...
The bus stop opposite the Black Swan.
Oh, definitely not.
the least he worries the smell and all that. It's the reason you have to finish him. That's
Yeah.
Well, that's it. It's just them that sort of crack, and it's like, it's not like it's not like you're walking in like a commercial gym and surrounded by people that you don't know. It's just one of them. It's like a little family.
Yeah.
Everyone understands what you're there for. If you're lifting, they'll let you crack on. If you're in between sets, you can have a little bit of crack, and that. It's just,
yeah.
it's a nice place. But yeah, since I've been there, just strength's just.
I
gone
mean,
up
we
and
know
up
a
and
lot
up.
of the lads that go there now. I think a few coming here and stuff, and everyone says the same thing. It's just, yes, it is a bit clicky, but is that not a good thing?
Yeah,
What,
definitely.
It's a
within the
mid thing.
gym or
Yeah. Like, as in, people see it as like, I think some people would be intimidated to go because it is a strongman gym, and there's only a select few really that sort of do it. But I think anyone could go, can't they?
It's just that it's what you see. It's what you see it as, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you wanted to go to the gym,
Do
just
you,
to
do you have many people that aren't strongmen? Go.
there's people who go in there just
Yeah.
to do like
Well,
circuits.
I met your mate there the other day. Who got in here for a beard trim. He's
Oh,
not a
Dave
strong-
Graham.
Yeah.
He's done competitions before,
Right. Yeah. Big geezer, like, but
but he's never been like, right, I want to be. I want
He
to be
just
the
loves
strongest
it in
man
there, doesn't he?
in
Just
Britain
loves
or
it.
out like that. He's just like, yeah, if this competition's coming up, I'll have a go at it. But he does like,
you sent him in here for a nose wax.
yeah,
You
just
nasty
that.
man. Nasty man.
No, he was asking about it.
Was he?
Where can I
He's
get
a
my nose
big man.
waxed? I said, I'll book
He's
you in.
coming
big
here.
man.
Yeah, he's a big,
big man.
like, yeah.
Yeah, very tall.
Yeah, very tall.
He runs a restaurant down.
Yeah, he does
Yeah,
Luna Blue.
yeah.
Yeah.
He used to
I was like saying, can I be one of them knobheads that rings you and says I'm coming up in a couple of hours to get me a table? So he's like, yeah. He's definitely like, fuck that. It was weight classes, yeah.
Yeah, so Dale was in the under 90 kilogram class. I was in the open weight class. We flew all the way out to Australia, and Dave, he's an older, I think he's 54, 55. We were in the gym, we were booking our flights, and he's from London, electrician from London. He went, when you going, like, lads? Like,
It's an accent.
like
So spot on.
And we were like, oh, it's 10th of May to the 20th, go for 10 nights. Just got his card out of his pocket, he went, yeah, go on then, book me a flight. We were like, you realise this isn't a holiday, like, Dave, it's just, we're just going
It
to
was a
compete.
little bit of a holiday, wasn't it?
After the competition.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like 2 days.
He knew what he was doing.
He was like, yeah, just come and support. And he's just come with us. You know, took his leave from work and everything and just come and... We were staying at Dale's auntie's house. So we literally paid for our flights. Barbara and Lee put us up. Fed us.
Shout out to Barbara and Lee.
Barbara and Lee. Honestly, I've never known... I think they were in the 70s at the time. We're all sat there in the back of the car, like, absolutely spangled, like, oh, we're knackered. Been moving around, walking all day. And she's like, oh, we'll take you down to the bloody blur. We'll take you to the shopping centre and get you some nice food. And we were like, Barbara, we're absolutely knackered. And she's like, come on, guys. And we're like, honestly, we're walking around like zombies all the whole time we were there. She was just full of life. She shuttled us everywhere. We went out and got our own food. She cooked us meals every night. They took us over on a ferry. They built a house on this island that was solar powered, and it used to filter the rainwater, so it was self-sufficient. Just stay there for a couple of nights, 20-metre walk from this beach.
I think my experience with Australia and the US, the same, like families over on both countries will take you in, even if you don't know them, like when you travel and stuff like that, they take you in, but they literally just give you free rein to the house. You can just help yourself the fridge. They give you the car keys. Imagine that in Dello.
Yeah, people in the outback
Like,
more friendly than
get out
city.
my house now.
Yeah.
Get off me
Now.
busters. Get out now.
You're going for your cup. You haven't got much in, like. Get yourself out then.
Yeah. But
she-
no,
she looked after
they're
us.
welcoming, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And it was one of the most memorable times. She took us to Steve Irwin Zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Barbara and Lee.
Were you
lived
at
in-
Perth? Were you Perth?
No, Brisbane.
Brisbane. Yeah, so I went to the Sydney Zoo, which was a decent zoo, like, but
Yeah.
it wasn't obviously as big as that one. But
It was-
I think any zoo in Australia is pretty good, like.
No, it's mental.
Yeah.
Must be massive.
We
Crocodiles,
walked through
man.
this place and the woman's going, shh, what's the matter? She's like, the koalas are asleep. I was like, where? She just pulled this leaf over and there was just a koala bear in the tree that you can just like grab hold of
Yeah.
and do
Oh, you
whatever
touch them?
They look
Yeah.
they look cuddly. They're not, you know.
Oh, they're vicious,
Big
aren't they?
claws.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
vicious.
Big claws,
Big
and you hold
claws.
them. You just hold the sack. The balls are in your hand.
Ball sack.
Yeah.
Oh, you got ball sack in your hand.
Where you hold
Why have
them?
you got why have you got koala ball sack in your hand?
And they're
Why
not,
can't you just hold them like a baby?
they're not
You have
soft.
to hold them like that
Yeah, so why have you got the ball sack in your hand?
because it's just the way it's what happens.
They just get hold of you like that.
Yeah.
And they're not
Well,
soft.
they grab
as
you.
well.
Yeah, the claws are about that long.
They just,
Oh, so
latch, they just latch onto you.
Yeah. Think you're a tree. Think he's a mountain. Mountain koala.
Stubby oak tree. So yeah, Australia.
I want to go to Australia.
Went to the
like.
final, and it was like in the Gold Coast Arts Centre, like a little arena and stuff, and it was all live streamed on YouTube and whatnot. And I come second. Dale won his weight class, but there was an issue with the log.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they did was they just removed him off all the score sheets.
Yeah.
Why?
What was the issue?
So we'd in the qualifier, we'd competed on a 12-inch diameter log,
Right.
right? And then he trained up to the competition in a 12-inch diameter log. And then when we got there, they said you're using a 10-inch now.
Oh, so they changed
So
the.
they're completely different shape and size, and it makes a massive difference.
Right.
You know, where you, if you're a 12-inch log, your hands are there. A 10-inch, because it's smaller, your hands are down here somewhere.
Right, so
So
it's a
it
lot-
completely changes how you lift stuff. So he spoke to the promoter and said, look, we've trained this, trained that. Can I use the bigger log? And he at first he'd gone, nah, no way. So Dale was like, right, I'm not doing the competition then. And he was like, no, we need to, because him and another guy were already favourites for the top two. So he was like, no, I need you. And he was like, no. He said, right, you can use the bigger log, but you know it's going to be harder. And he was like, that's what I've trained on. I'm asking you, can I use it?
Yeah.
And it was all agreed. I was stood there, watched it all happen. And because he won, they deleted it. And Dale had messages galore. Your name's off the thing. Where's your score gone? And then on the after video and everything, they just deleted both me and Dale off all the after video. And
Never.
Yeah, they got rid of us all. And then we both got emails the next year saying, oh, congratulations on your placing. Do you want to come and do it again? And we were like, get fucked. No
Yeah.
chance. No, I'm not doing that.
We're bigger than you now. Bye bye.
But no, it's just one of them things. You can't, especially we funded everything ourselves. Apart from, there was a company called Zulu Glove that would give us all brand new belts and supports and stuff like that. And he'd emailed them and said, like, you know, sponsored 2 athletes and you've just removed them off the score sheet. What's the crack? And then he'd sent some email back saying, oh, he was using different equipment, so it wasn't fair and all that. But
Mental.
yeah. So again, I would never go over and do that competition again.
Yeah.
There is other competitions over there, like you've got the Arnold Australia and stuff. That's something I'd like to do in the future.
Yeah.
But just got different priorities to start with. There's so many avenues you can go down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the Australia experience. But the build up and like the days before were better than the actual competition because
Yeah, of course.
we found a little gym to go train at.
Lads.
It was
Lads, Willie's
yeah.
bumholes and boobies.
Up the Rooney.
Up the Rooney.
Them
Sounds
blues.
so uncomfortable when he says
Yeah.
he says Willie's very strong.
Yeah.
But it's like boobies and bumholes.
Yeah. I forget what order it is.
Yeah, change every time.
Yeah, it
Willies,
does.
Willies and Willies.
Yeah.
Willie's,
He'll
Willie's.
remember
Willie's
what order it
bumholes.
is.
Boobies, Willie's bumholes. That's the.
Yeah,
All I remember is winky winky bum bum poo poo diddy diddy.
I remember that. It was like a little fucking little video on YouTube,
animation.
wasn't it?
What's the furthest you two lads have been?
Not
What do you
very
mean?
far. I've been to
Flight wise.
I've been to Florida.
Right, yeah.
That's about the furthest I've.
Did you
That's
go
some
in summer?
I was so young, I can't
I
remember.
can't remember.
Can't
yeah.
remember. I went for Disney World.
Yeah.
So that's how
I
young
did that,
I was.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the furthest I've tried. I remember the flight being hell. Obviously, being
Yeah.
that young.
How far was the flight?
Don't know.
10 hour? 12 hour?
Florida's about
12 hours, isn't it?
towards 10 hours, I think.
10
That
hours.
sounds about right.
I went to, first I've been New York. That was
Yeah.
7.5, 8 hours.
It's 8 on the way and about 6 on
Yeah,
the way
it's
back.
'cause you get a naughty
yeah,
little tailwind. Yeah.
Yeah, they take a shortcut.
Yeah.
They go through the Bermuda Triangle. Take a shortcut.
For yourself, that'll be. Australia,
My
won't it?
longest flight was to Singapore, 14
Right.
hours.
Wow.
That was, and so
That one.
one way.
What's
so
your plane like, though?
the plane was mint. It was Singapore
You got
Airlines.
the tellies in
Oh,
the... Yeah.
it was the first time I'd ever been on
Yeah, mint.
a long flight aeroplane. So it was like basically you had your full channels, wider seats, more leg room and all that. Not that I need it. Before one of you mentioned that.
Legit.
But what we'd obviously I was going to Australia for technically the foreseeable. So we had a leaving party.
What were you doing? Scaffolding, wasn't it?
I was doing scaffolding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
Among many other things.
There goes my memory.
I was a scaffy in Sydney, yeah. For an Irish company, yeah.
You had a big mullet, didn't you?
No, I was cutting mullets, so I was cutting
I
mullets.
reckon you had a mullet.
But I had a leaving party, which went on too long, so I was rough for my travelling day. 14-hour flight with this woman next to me, who obviously looked like she's from Singapore, and I'm like trying to fall asleep, but the drink's kicking in, and I'm like
All over the place.
Oh, it was minging.
Be a
But I
monkey's
get
kicking your head in.
14 hours to Singapore.
Do you know what I mean? It feels like you've got little monkeys crawling
Yeah.
all over you and you're like, oh.
Oh, they were going mental. 14 hours to Singapore, I have like an hour change, and then it was like another 9 to Sydney, straight off the bat. And I get to Sydney, and
Straight away?
Yeah, and I didn't have a hostel or nothing booked. I just turned up. Ooh. No phone, middle of the night, and I walked to the first 3 hostels. They're all fully booked. I thought I'm sleeping on the streets, and I thought I want to go home.
You just want to go home?
I ended up spending $80 for one night in this shithole. And I swear there was people screaming and everything like through the night and everything.
Was it the Cecil?
The Cecil Hotel, yeah.
Top
Jesus,
floor.
it might have been. But yeah, that was just me again turning up somewhere not prepared. It's learning curve.
Such a scaffolder.
And then I picked mangoes, picked lychees, swept almonds, and I was a scaffolder.
Yeah, but when you went there, did you know were you a barber before that?
I was just trained, so I was like a year and a bit in.
So you were shite.
I was shite.
Fucking shite.
I'd already done hairdressing really, so I didn't know how to fade and out like that. So I went out and I ended up getting a job off a guy called Sammy Paleggi in the
Sounds like an Italian gangster.
He's an
that,
Italian. No, he had a
Nice
moustache and
tanned.
everything.
Was it twizzled at
Twizzled.
the end? Yeah.
So I did it the same.
You twizzled.
Didn't look good.
Fucking hell. You're a
But
big
he-
lesbian without that beard.
He taught me how to fade and everything. So that's where I learnt barbering really in Mildura.
Who?
Mildura.
Where was that?
It's about 4 hours north of Melbourne, straight up. Right, it's in the
Don't
middle of
know where Melbourne
nowhere,
is.
at the bottom.
So you're close to just getting into the Aborigine.
Yeah. There was loads of Aborigines kicking about and that.
What's one of them like?
It's their locals, so like they're
Oh, they have
native Indians to America
Like-
kind of thing.
Basically, the
leave pants and that.
Yeah,
like the people who drink in Hogan's.
yeah, because they basically they're like sort of dole is massive, so
What?
because they're local to the land, they get
Oh.
like stupid amount of money for just nothing, because they're the originals.
Oh, wow,
So
we're
they all
here.
just get pissed. Well, we're not originals to Australia, but
Oh.
they get a lot more than the dole anyway.
It's mental over there. That Lee and Barbara were telling us because they had that property on that island. When they went to go claim the state pension, they looked at their assets and went, sell that house first, and when that money runs out, you can have your pension.
Yeah,
So you don't get nout for nout over there.
yeah.
But Barbara used to live in Darlow. She was one of the people who paid a tenner to get on a boat and got shipped over.
Never
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
paid a tenner.
She had a book there, The History of Darlow, and it was all black and white photos like Grange
What do you
Road
mean
and-
she paid a tenner to get
They
shipped?
call it £10 poms. So if you're British, if you're a British Australian, you get called a pommy.
Yeah, pommy canned.
Yeah, so a £10 pom, you pay a tenner to get on a boat, and you used to sail down there.
What, from
Mental.
here to Australia?
Yeah.
How long's that taking, like?
Take the megabus to
Weeks.
London.
Fuck that.
What, the one
Shut
pound bus
off
to
that.
Plymouth?
Not
You
allowed
love
to
the
drink,
megabus.
not allowed to
yeah.
drink cans on it.
Yeah. No
Mental.
good to me, that, like.
Full of grannies and,
Yeah.
Screaming
Minges.
babies.
yeah.
Not
So, speaking of travelling, so you went from Australia,
Went to
to-
Australia, mate.
then you got you qualified for the Arnold Classic.
I had a year out.
You had a year out after that.
Yeah.
Bicep.
Decided the second year I did Darlow's Strongest Man. Won that. It was the first competition I come first. And I was like, oh, buzzing. Next year, Darlow's Strongest Man. There was loads of other people doing it. First event was a tyre flip. And on the warm-ups, I felt like a crack in my elbow. I said to Dale, my elbow's killing. I said, something doesn't feel right. And he went, well, you don't want a zero. At least get some points on the board. Just do one flip and leave it at that if it's a bit sore. Right, no bother. So even though he was running the competition, I still go to say, look, look after you. So 3, 2, 1, go. Went in, flipped the tyre, and it was like rapid. Looked at him, and he went, is it like, get another one in? I went, all right then, no bother. Got halfway up, and I literally heard this noise. Dropped the tyre on the floor. I was like, I looked at him, and he went, be your elbow sleeve, man, be your elbow sleeve. My arm went numb, so I had my elbow sleeve on. He thought that the elastic had gone down on the tyre and then slapped back up on my arm. So I peeled the sleeve down, and that part of my arm was up here. And he just looked at me and he went, you need to go to hospital for that, mate.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah, all right.
You
And
need to
I
go to
burst
hospital.
into
I'll
tears.
see you in a year.
I just burst into tears.
What did you do there then?
What do you mean?
With that?
What, the injury?
Yeah.
You had to get it opened up, didn't you?
Yeah, so the tendon, so if you're feeling there, you've got a big tendon that,
Yeah.
so that connects that muscle to that part of the arm.
That
Had snapped in half. No, sorry. So they said it had frayed like a violin bow, because it's like loads of strands. They said it had frayed and then snapped off the bone. So if you're feeling there now, I've got like a skin graft.
Oh, that's fucking.
So
That's
so what they've had to
grim.
do is to put it back together and skin graft it together and then reattach that back to the bone. So it's not as simple as it's attached back to the bone, now wait for the scarring to go. So the process after that was like a good 6 months of just learning to face my palm to the ceiling again, because I can't get that arm any further than that.
Never.
Yeah, so as I go around you can see my arm.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see it.
And I can't get it any further than that. So bicep curls, I end up hanging it off these 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Or like, the easy bar. I have to use that because I can't. So 6 months until I was allowed to do like progressive lifting again. And then I trained for another 6 months and put loads of weight on. And then I went on holiday, and there was a photo. There was a nightclub called Tren, right? So I stood in front of it, took a photo and sent it to Dale, and he just sent me one back and said, "Oh my God, look at the fucking shape of you." I had no shoulders, a big pot belly, just completely let myself go. Obviously, I just had Arthur as well, so I was training twice a week.
Yeah.
I'd completely gone.
That's the first time I've noticed the trend in strength.
Yeah,
It's
No, I've
highlighted.
seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
read between the lines.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's clever.
So
Very
Yeah.
clever.
these are available.
It's honest. It's honest as
You
well.
Get a
get,
t-shirt.
you can get your own. You
A
can get your own.
t-shirt.
Sell
Not got
them.
me wearing it, like, but
Extra medium. So took that time out, built my strength back up and everything, and then got in touch with a guy called Chris Smith who does all my nutrition. Still does it now. He fully sponsors me. So what I like to do is, if I'm not competing, he puts me on like a maintenance plan. I just basically eat the same food. But he's got me on a plan at the moment where I get like a 600 calorie meal to just like pick what I want for that meal. Just spice it up a little bit. And I dropped from 138 kilos, so 21 and a half stone, back down to 19 stone. I had like 2 abs at the top, and then the Arnold qualifier come, and I thought, too light. I've lost like nearly 3 stone here. So he put me on like a bit of a bulk for a couple of weeks. I did the Arnold qualifier, come second, qualified for that, so America. And then got in touch with Chris and he was like, right, time to put some weight on. And that was from the July till the next March, put all that weight back on. And then the comparison photos on my Instagram, the same weight.
But like,
Yeah, so like one I look like a little
Mentally
homeless
different.
dosser, and one I look like I actually go to the gym.
yeah,
And it was me, Dale, Scott Fellows, who is your client, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Scott.
Yeah.
And Steve Hagen, who's no one's client because he's bald.
pass us one of them cans, please, mate.
Yeah.
Big baldy.
I have one of them cans like if there's one going.
Hang on. Mic check. Right.
Cheers.
I'm gonna let the table. You want one?
Feel like we need that
I'm
on the
good.
mic.
I'm still on the.
Still on the soup.
Still on the dragon
Yeah.
soup.
Still on.
Fucking hell, I need to slow down me. I've got to fucking drive home.
Yeah, so
What the fuck?
edit that one
No
out.
one's driving.
No.
Right, so
I'm walking.
me, Scott, Dale, Steve Hagen, Big Baldy. We all qualified for the Arnold USA, and I tell you what, that is by far the best experience I've
So
ever had.
where's firstly what was it? The Arnold.
It was the Arnold qualifier, the
Where's
UK
that based?
qualifier.
Yeah.
It was in it was at like a motor show in York. They hold every year, so it's
Yeah.
like souped up lorries and
And
whatnot.
what's the Arnold event called though? The Arnold.
The Arnold Classic.
So it is the Arnold Classic.
Yeah.
So it's massive, isn't it?
Yeah, so the Arnold Classic started as Arnold Schwarzenegger's own bodybuilding show,
Right.
and he did it in Columbus, Ohio, and it gained that much traction because of how famous he was. The other sports were saying, "Oh, is there any chance that we can have like our jiu-jitsu thing in the same convention centre? Is there any chance we can do this?" And it's grown and grown over the years. It's classed as the biggest sporting event
Yeah.
anywhere in the world, but he does it in America, Brazil, Australia. There's one in Barcelona, the European one, and for the first time ever, they're doing the UK one this year.
So this is like, firstly, this is a massive step up for you.
Yeah,
Massive step up for the gym.
so this is like a global body power.
Yeah.
For
So
people
this
that
is
don't
where
know.
really, I think you got a bit more recognition, and I think the gym did, Dale did.
Yeah,
I think this was a massive boost for everything that you're doing at the minute.
yeah. So Dale had already done Australia and America once before, but Dale will admit it in his own right that the weight class, like the lower weight classes, don't get as much recognition as the heavyweight strongman. So this was like 4 people from the little council gym in Darlow, Skirn Park, are going global, and
Where in the US?
Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Columbus, Ohio.
And you turned up in your tracksuits.
I cares.
What tracksuit did you have on?
no,
What did you have on?
no, we all got matching tracksuits.
What
Yeah, yeah.
tracksuits were there?
From
It was the
that's the ones we had on at UK's.
right, yeah.
So we reached out to a company called Become the Beast, who created tracksuits for us all, like basically sponsored us clothing for the event.
Did you meet Arnold?
I was stood maybe 3 feet away from him at
That's
one
enough,
point,
innit?
but I tell you what,
That's
Yeah.
enough.
the people stood around him. I couldn't have got anywhere near.
Right.
Nah, I'd have just been smushed in the face. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, as in his security and that. Yeah.
Yeah. But he, so we flew out, and we had to go from Teesside to Amsterdam, Amsterdam to Detroit, Detroit to Columbus.
8 mile.
Yeah, bumped into a B Rabbit. So
His real name's Travis.
parents lives at home with both parents. But we got to Detroit and we were waiting for our connection flight. We all logged on the Wi-Fi as you do. Millennials just couldn't wait to get on Instagram. And it come up Arnold Schwarzenegger and he was like, "I'm sorry, I have to cancel the event." And we were like,
You what?
"We're halfway across the world here."
We've come from Teesside Airport.
Teesside Airport.
£6, right? To fly. You book your flights, you have to pay £6 to get into
Oh
Teesside
yeah,
Airport.
yeah.
So
It's like
it's
it's
like a-
like what's it called?
Fucking
It's like a service charge to
Yeah,
get,
yeah,
to get
yeah.
in the airport.
Yeah,
just to keep it running.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't mind paying it.
Nah,
Look,
nah.
Support local and all that.
Support local.
Absolutely.
Fuck Teesside Airport.
No, not fuck Teesside Airport,
No?
because we're about to be in Teesside Airport.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Wink,
sorry.
wink.
Yeah.
Fucking fly.
I
from
love Teesside
Airport.
Yeah.
I love Teesside Airport.
So
fifth minute,
yeah, we were all like, "Oh God, what we're gonna do?" 20 minutes later, we all got an email, like the guys who were competing, saying the competition's still going to go ahead, but there's no spectators. So Dave, who came to Australia with us, was sat in the airport with us. He's come to every competition since, no matter where you are. So Dave has forked out hundreds of pounds for these flights for us to think he's not coming, he's not allowed in. Anyway, we flew to Columbus, and we basically said, if it doesn't go ahead, we'll just make a holiday of it. We'll just, we'll just spend a week just going out drinking, going exploring, do what we can. And this was because of the coronavirus, obviously. And we got there, and it turns out they were saying, right, each athlete can have a coach, and they're the only people allowed in. So there was no spectators, there was no booths, because normally you have like all the protein stalls and everything.
So it
No.
took the atmosphere away from you. From it,
There
really.
was no crowd.
Yeah.
There's meant to be, I'm pretty certain there's meant to be like 40,000 people a day go and watch that. So,
It's a bastard, that really. It would have been.
well,
Massive.
yeah, right,
Massive.
it's got its pros and cons, right? So, what this podcast's all about, we got in an Uber, and the bloke was like, I'm absolutely gutted. This is my big money weekend.
Oh.
I make my money off this, and I take my family on holiday, but now there's no one, I'm not taking anyone anywhere. There were certain restaurants that just closed up for the weekend because there was no one about. But on the plus side, the pro strongmen and strongwomen had to watch the amateurs, so it looked like there was people there. And then when the pros were doing it, we got front, like we had to sit and watch them, so that on the live stream it still looked like there was people there. So I'm sat in the front row watching Hafthor Bjornsson, the mountain, doing his stone run.
Yeah.
Yeah, like from me to you, and then he finished and puts his hands up, and
I bet he's a big chap,
stood
isn't he?
like, yeah, he's like
makes a funny
6'10"
noise
or
then, did
something.
he?
You know, he's
He goes
quite,
like,
quite short. But then we were, while we were there, what's he just said?
It makes a funny noise, man. Who does?
While we were there, we were. He's your favourite.
Fucking hell.
So while we were there, we were.
We'll cut that out.
We're all close friends with Donna Moore, who's world's strongest woman. So she's from.
Yeah. I've seen her in the gym.
Donna
Yeah.
Moore, yeah. I think she used to go to Exercise for Less back in the day.
Yeah,
a couple of years
obviously
ago.
seen her at Grants and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She used to be storming. She'd be racking up a deadlift.
yeah, she
And
stormed
she'd
about
storm
50,
round,
15
yeah.
feet.
Yeah. I'd be like on the other side of the gym. She'd walk past me. I'm like, where have you come from?
That's her. She
Please
gets
stop
psyched up
scaring
and then
me.
she does like a 15 metre dash. So
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
Lifting. Yeah.
She's world's strongest woman.
She's probably going to get this wrong now, but I think she's won it 3 or 4 times. World's strongest woman. Yeah. So we're all. Dale started training with her back in the day with her and Gary Gardner down in like just this mad unit in.
Is that the Welsh one?
No, he's from Catterick.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah.
He's competed with Thor and that back when he was like doing it full time properly. He's competed in like UKs and Britons and that, and I'm sure he went over to Iceland and competed against Thor when he was starting out as well.
Right.
He's got some good stuff on his Instagram. So we bumped into Donna and her boyfriend Anth. Obviously she's part of the pro circuit, so we just like sat minding our own business in this farmer's market, eating some macaroni cheese and beef brisket. And
How good's mac and cheese, by the way?
Very good.
You've never had anything like this?
Yeah. I had it from
Beef brisket that's been cooked for 20 odd hours.
What's brisket? The
pull apart
It's
stuff.
just beef, just like a big beef
Get
joint.
pulls apart, shreds off.
It's amazing.
So the outside of it's like black,
Yeah.
burnt.
Well, it's
and
like
then
soft in the middle.
Yeah, just
Oh.
tear it
Yeah.
apart. Yeah.
I went to a graduation party in America where my mate went to uni, and like all the like mums brought over like different dishes, and this like American mother brought over her homemade mac and cheese that was like passed down through the family.
I can taste it now.
You can't.
What
There's no
sets
better.
it apart?
Yeah, what's so
Firstly,
good about
add
the
little
mac and
bits of
cheese?
bacon in.
Nah, keep the bacon out of it.
Nah, you
Bacon.
need,
You
need
put
a
mac and
bit.
cheese in the
Get
bacon.
Get out.
Get out.
It taints the mac and
Bacon.
cheese.
Crispy
I
bacon.
just
Fry
want
it first.
cheese in it.
Get it all burned.
Crispy.
Yeah.
Crispy, yeah.
What-
Crispy bacon.
Yeah.
There's
I
only
don't
one
like
way
it.
to eat bacon.
It doesn't need. I don't like too much sauce. Same as with parmos and
No, I want
too much
extra.
white sauce on anything. No good.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
We
But-
said that today, though. It's personal opinion, innit?
It is personal
Yeah.
opinion. Yeah.
But
Yeah, of
my
course
mac
it
and cheese is just.
I
just
think
want- I
any
just want
pasta
sauce.
dish as well is better the next day when it's fermented for about 24
Yeah,
hours.
'cause it gets like
Yeah,
thicker
ah,
and better.
Yeah, spag bol the next day. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, just leave it in the pan and put some foil over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do not put it in the fridge or now.
Nah.
Nah, it needs
Nah.
to ferment
Ah,
in
gotta put-
room temp.
It has to be put in the fridge.
Flavors,
No.
you're just demolishing the flavour,
No,
Mark.
No, but
yeah.
Mark,
I don't feel right leaving it out.
Stop it.
yeah.
Nah. Surely not.
Because
Like,
it can't go bad. Shit.
It's okay.
It's alright.
so-
It can't go bad. You know what I mean?
well, it can.
How can it? It's pasta.
No, but like spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah, it can't go bad.
Yeah.
It's got like meat in.
No, 24 hours you sound.
No, it's mince,
Hey,
man. It's
24
alright.
hours.
Well, aye. 2 days I'd leave it out for.
Yeah, I would.
2 days.
The Italians would not put that in the fridge.
I'm not
Nah.
Italian.
I left my pasta.
It's a fair point. I can't argue with that.
I left my pasta in the bedroom all day today, sweating.
Sweaty.
In the
Sweaty
In
pasta.
the window.
Just ate it cold. And prawns in it as well.
Ooh.
Oh, no, you took. Nah, no.
No, it was like a nice lot. Like,
It's like Christy left the
what was it?
seafood pasta in the
You-
fridge for a week.
Yeah. But before that, she
fed my
left it
dog
out
it.
on the counter at home.
Yeah.
For overnight.
I wouldn't eat that.
Yeah, seafood. That's definitely a no.
No.
Can we agree?
No seafood, no.
Yeah.
Nah, I fed the dog it, man.
You can end up
Seafood
having
fresh.
an anaphylactic shock off that.
What's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be
And
really
what?
bad
Like
for
what
you.
asthmatics get.
Right.
Or any sort of allergic reaction.
Anna
Yeah.
for what?
Anaphylactic shock.
What's that? What's
Something you learn about.
I feel like you
nutrition
would put it in the fridge, Mark, just because you don't want clutter on your worktop.
Do you know what? That's probably it as well.
It's
Yeah.
exactly what it is,
Yeah.
isn't it?
As soon as like if there's
When
any
he-
leftovers.
When I've got that hot towel on my face, when he cuts my hair, I can hear him rearranging all his clippers and
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It
I'm
does.
terrible for it. I'm the neatest but messiest worker.
Yeah.
Like
organised chaos.
yeah.
Yeah.
So while I'm working and while I'm cutting, the
Everything
station will
goes
be
anywhere.
all over the place because I'm just flinging guards everywhere and it's just a mess. But
But-
then as soon as I get 2 seconds,
Yeah,
like a
it
hot
does.
towel on or in between clients,
Yeah.
has to be organised, but organised precisely.
It's like
Yeah.
today we were a bit manic. Mark gets 2 seconds. He goes to get a towel. He's sorting the bottles out when he was running there.
Yeah, that's it. I'll do the washing up while I've got someone's towel on the just because I can't have a dirty pot there.
He did.
Do you know
Come
what I
back
mean?
hands
It's-
smelling the fairy liquid.
Yeah, that's it. But then I'll do that and then I'll clean my station and I'm like, I forget where I'm at sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit, I've got someone's towel there. I've got to shave him now.
The dying with a big hot
Yeah.
roasting towel on the
That's
face.
it.
Mark, help.
Take it up. It's freezing cold.
At least haven't
Yeah,
shot
I
at.
did that.
At
Yeah,
least haven't shot at the mirror.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, it's happened to. Yeah.
Arnold, you had a mint experience, and then we started prepping for the UKs.
Yeah, so I got back from America, and the UK. So the difference between the UKs and other competitions is anyone can enter the qualifying stages. So you've got
It's like an open.
so
basically.
you've got UK's strongest man and Britain's strongest man, and a lot of people get them mixed up or say, why aren't you doing this one or that one? Britain's strongest man is like an official qualifying route for World's Strongest Man. It's run by a franchise called Giants Live. And then the UK's strongest man circuit is run by Glenn Ross, who's well-renowned strongman in himself. But with the UK's strongest man, you can enter your regional qualifier. So we have the Northern qualifier, and then the top 3 or 4, depending on last year's results, qualify for England's strongest man, and then the top 4 from England's strongest man then go to UK's, and the UK's is the end of that cycle. So you don't go from UK's to Europe's or any other competition, but because it's televised, it gives them other promoters an insight to what you can do. And then, so last year's winner, Gav Bilton, won UK's strongest man and ended up at World's Strongest Man. So it gives you that platform and gives you the the
Stepping
opportunity
stone.
like the stepping stone to be seen by other
Yeah.
people. And if you're a cut above the rest, it's that gives people no other choice than to say, well, he's definitely good enough, so we'll give
So
him a
they've
shot.
watched him on TV and they've like picked him up personally and
Yeah. So
yeah.
Gav's been around for a couple of years now. I think he started properly about 4 years ago, maybe 3. But again, he's massive,
Yeah.
a massive bloke. He's strong, and for some bizarre reason, he's won UK's strongest man, but he still like doubts his own ability sometimes, or doesn't believe that he'll go to a competition and be like, oh my god, yeah, but I'm against so and so, and like you've just beat him at UK's strongest man, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. I think he's Dale's coaching him now, and again, Dale just knows how people are feeling and thinking, and he just gives them the right stepping stones to believe in themselves or get over like little hurdles that they can't get over themselves and things like that. So in more than one way, he doesn't just like coach you in the gym, but he'll just give you like forget about that doesn't matter, do this, like a coach should, not
So where's
just
he from?
Who?
Like Gav.
Wales.
Yeah.
Is that the massive one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welsh
He's got
bull.
the big belly for the UKs.
Yeah.
And it was like he fought more weight, could lift more.
Yeah, that's what he said on his
But
interview, didn't he?
He didn't do brilliant really for his size, did he?
Well, it's that thing, it's a 3-day competition. So it doesn't matter whether you win the first 2 days, your points reset back to 0 after every
I think
day.
you can always see in the experienced competitors, they know how to pace themselves, don't they?
Yeah.
So they're not, I mean, you'll see them in an event like coming fourth or something and you're like, what they're doing?
Mhm.
But then day 3,
know what
they're
they're doing.
still there, they're still flying.
But they'll know that they're probably going to come fourth anyway.
Yeah.
If the 3 people that they're against,
I would just bet
if they know that they're going to beat them, like Mark Felix has got the best grip in the world. So on the farmer's walks, there's no point in trying to bust a lung to beat him.
Didn't you beat him, Ben?
Not on the farmer's walk.
What's a
What
farmer's
did you
walk?
beat him on? Oh,
the yoke.
The yoke, yeah.
What's a farmer's walk?
It's where you pick.
That thing off, yeah.
Yeah,
Looks like
it's
it looks
straight
like,
off and
it looks like a
straight
car
forward.
chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 2 gas canisters.
Yeah, got you.
His hands. His hand is bigger than an A4 sheet of paper.
Is that
It's-
is he American?
No, he's British.
Yeah, he's been about for years. How old is he now?
55.
Big
Jesus
ball
Christ.
geezer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his hands, he could hold on to anything for days.
Yeah.
So if you know that you're against him, there's no point in busting a lung to try and beat him because you're not. So
Yeah.
you could end up taking something an extra 5 or 6 meters and
Yeah.
like gassing yourself out,
Then the next event.
but you're still going to come second either way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So experienced people know that. Whereas when it's your first time there, me and Dale both said leave nothing on the table.
Yeah.
All out. No point.
First time here, let's go.
Well,
So where was it?
Belfast?
So UK's strongest man. Yeah, was UK's strongest
Yeah,
man.
you were strongest man.
And you qualify for it and you travel to Belfast. You turn up with Dale in gentleman tracksuits.
Yeah. So
Whoever's seen the film Gentleman.
yeah, so if you've seen the film Gentleman, is it Colin Farrell?
Colin
Yeah,
Farrell.
and Bugsy and that.
Yeah, so they're called the toddlers.
The toddlers.
Yeah, so they're based in a boxing gym, aren't they? And they go around taxing people and just
Yeah.
like they're just like little rafts, aren't they?
Chavez.
Yeah.
Proper Chavez.
Something we can relate to, yeah.
Yeah. So they all wear like checkered tracksuits, and there was not a Russian bloke. who just fought?
Polovkin.
No, Pulev. Not Pulev. Povetkin.
Povetkin.
Povetkin. So
Close enough.
him and all his crew.
Moose
Russian,
Chief.
Russian Chavez.
They put a picture on Instagram.
Don't mess
didn't
about a Russian Chavez.
Fuck that.
they? Nah, no way.
No.
So we'd seen that photo, and I'd watched the film, and I was in Sports Direct one day and seen him, and I thought, right, I'm getting him.
Yeah.
So I said to the bloke, I went, yeah, I'll have 2 of them. Got them down the Lonsdale hanger. I
What
thought,
size?
I could only get a double XL. That's as
It was tight on him.
Tight.
Yeah, it was tight.
Tight.
Very tight.
He turns up with a mullet, fresh mullet from Simply Rogue,
Fresh.
Don't mess
in his
about
fresh
with the mullet.
tracksuit. from
Mullet
the
on a
gentleman.
Lonsdale tracksuit.
Every
Stay
time I
away.
book my appointment here, I always leave something in the notes.
We know that.
We
We
were
mentioned
saying
it.
this the
We've
other
seen
day.
You'll find
It's
out.
class crack.
You'll find
Class
out.
crack.
We've already we've tagged you in that.
Already
Yeah.
addressed it.
Yeah. That's in the first. That's
So
in
basically,
the
for
first one, isn't it?
so in the there's another episode where we've mentioned this. So this is the client that does it to me and Mark.
Yeah.
So
He did it. I had him yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
You were in
I seen
yesterday,
it. Yeah.
weren't you?
So he goes to Mark one week, he comes to me the next week, and every time he leaves a note saying, "Don't tell Mark, but I think you're the best, Ross."
Yeah. And vice
And then-
versa
and then
for
the
me.
next
Yeah.
week he does
It's,
it.
Class.
yeah.
And then
Little
when,
chuckle every
when
week.
you're washing his hair,
Yeah.
what's he say to you?
He just whispers and goes, "You're the best, but don't tell Ross."
I've been doing Ben's hair for a good few years now, and he
6 years.
He started 6 years, maybe not 6, about 5, maybe 5, 4, 5,
2016.
5.
5 year.
Five,
5 year, yeah.
So he got in this little habit of trying to catch me off guard. I think it started from shocking me, didn't you? You used to turn and make
No,
me shit myself.
No,
Or was it straight in for the headbutt?
No, we were going. I used to have the French pompadour.
Yeah,
What's a what?
pomp.
Pump.
Oh, shit.
Speaks Elvis
You're
slick
the
back.
barber.
Yeah.
No,
So,
all the
not-
styles,
That's,
mate,
it,
trust
that's all
me.
he does, isn't
He
it?
does. He cuts hair. He doesn't know how to style
Yeah,
it
I
at the
don't
end.
know what I'm doing.
Should
Ross
try
just
Just cuts people
coaches
there,
me.
doesn't he? He just
I
gets
don't
a
know
big
what I'm
handful
doing,
of
I just-
shockwaves.
Yeah, I just blag my life.
Basically, he had an Elvis quiff going up and back over
with a side part.
with a side part.
And you were going in. He used to set me up, and he'd be like, "Whoa," and I could tell that he was just
Full
Full
concentration.
concentration. And I went, "How funny would it be now if I just headbutted your clippers, took a big chunk out my hair, and then left a review saying how bad it was?" Because I think you just got
Yeah.
Buxy as well.
Yeah.
And didn't Nathan Henry say, "Class haircut does a good blowy"?
He did say that. Yeah.
Minging.
No comment.
And I just thought, yeah, imagine if I just headbutted your clippers now, took a big chunk out my hair, and left a review and said how bad it was. And then ever since then,
Just
I
became a
wait.
thing.
It just became a thing. I'll just sit there, minding my own business. Sometimes I don't even say anything, and then I'll just go, "Bah!"
But just, I've got a few people that might do it and pull away from the clippers, but he's straight into the clippers every time, and it's like,
Yeah, it's
like, what are
mental.
we doing? Why are we still doing
Why
this?
do you want me to mess your hair up?
Yeah.
I have people like it the same.
Yeah,
It's like,
but
why?
yeah, you were saying that today.
Why?
There was
Why?
once. It was when you first took over and you'd moved your chair from over there where that nice clock was.
Yeah, you love the clock.
Yeah, I wanted the clock.
We've got a smaller
Which one?
version of the clock.
I'm
It was a
gonna-
big, massive one of them over there. You wanted it.
Yeah, I wanted it for my dining room, but I'm going to take that mirror out the shower room.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
Well, we spoke about
If
it.
you,
If you can get it out
If you
of
can
this,
get it out, you
have
can
There's
have
only
it.
one man that can lift that. And that's
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah, so just me and the lads from the gym will come and tax it one day.
and I'll do absolutely nothing.
One of three charges.
Just carry on cutting people's hair.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here, boys.
Here, Ross, they're nicking your mirror.
Let him have it. Fucking
leave it.
have it.
You tell him to stop.
We can fucking have it.
Yeah.
There's a couple of lads over there dressed like they're from the gentleman looking in the mirror. What are you going to do?
Let him have it.
Just let him have it. Just let him have it. But yeah, there was one time.
They call me Chin. Chin.
Is that what it's called? Isn't the one called Egg Sarnie or something?
Yeah, because
Eggs Benny.
I'm never get cracked. They call me Eggs Benny because I never get cracked.
Oh dear.
They call me Chin.
Oh dear.
Oh
dear.
That moose
It's
juice.
just a Guy Ritchie film, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
standard. You just don't know what
Classics.
to expect.
Unreal, man.
Mint,
Unreal. Charlie Hunnam.
That bloke needs to figure out what accents he's.
Yeah, it was his Green Street accent,
I
man.
didn't
It was
even know it was a
like,
job.
Bees and Annie. Manny.
Remember, the one where they smashed the emergency stop on the train and they
Yeah.
get out on that random thing.
Where's all the fucking cabs? Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't know he was a Geordie.
Yeah.
Oh, mental you.
Fucking.
He was
bastard.
in Biker Grove, was it?
No,
Oh.
Queer as Folk.
No, he was in.
Queer as Folk. He was in.
What's Queer's Folk?
You won't
He was
remember
in
it,
something
do you?
before that. He was in the Ant and Deck one. What was Ant and Deck in?
Biker
Biker
Grove.
Grove.
Yeah, he was in that.
Biker Grove.
He was in that after Ant and Deck left.
Good looking man.
Do you know what I've seen the other right? Have you seen Vikings?
Yeah.
You know Uber,
Yeah.
the brother. Do you know that he was in Neighbours in Australia?
Was he?
Yeah.
Never.
If you Google it, it's mental, man. He's got like a proper little side fringe and a weird little mullet
Yeah.
going on. But he just looks like a teenager. You can tell it's the same person.
Oh, Uber. I'm thinking of Bjorn there.
No,
So,
Uber,
yeah,
the one who
Uber,
has, he gets a
yeah,
tattoo down the middle of his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got the Ragnar haircut.
Yeah,
at
he's the
beginning.
most like Ragnar, isn't he?
Yeah. So he was in Neighbours back in the day.
Mental.
Yeah, it's crazy. But he's Scottish.
Oh, right. That was a good role for him then.
Yeah, Scottish. Moved over to Australia, and then he ended up being a Viking. So crazy. Doesn't work that, you know.
What, that?
Yeah.
It does look, it's working.
Just down it.
It works with fizzy pop.
That's working a
Doesn't
bit.
work with
It's
beer,
not.
though.
Yeah, it's froth, not bubbles.
What the fuck was that?
Well, what was he going to do with it?
So we rock up at the UK's in the tracksuits
Yeah.
in Belfast,
And
and it was at
we
that
picked up-
off-it place.
We're picked up at the airport by the promoter, Glenn Ross himself. And I'd worked for him the year before. So they did World's Strongest Teams, where they get 2 strongmen on a team, and they go head to head with other teams. So I was working, and I said,
What job in
I'm
there?
a fighting man. No,
Fighting
so
man from
I was
Darwin.
working this show, right? And with one of the other lads from the gym, Dan Patterson. And by the second day, we were fed up. It was like, right, everyone get back to your room. I'll see you all in 4 hours. We'd already been working for 12. We'll see you back in 12 hours for the show. Come back and then move this here, do that. It was like orders. And we were just like, oh, God, can't be it. So Glenn was like, oh, do you compete? So I said, yeah. I said, I'm going to go for the Northern Qualifier next year and try and qualify for UK Strongest Man. He sat there and he went, you'll never get to UK Strongest Man.
I think that's all the fuel you ever need for anything. Watch
Anyway,
me. If someone says you'll never do that,
You'll never go to UK Strongest Man. You couldn't even pick 20 quid up off the floor if I dropped it. And I just thought, oh, Christ. Didn't know what to say, so I just turned around and started unloading the van like he asked me
you
to.
could probably do the splits and pick it up though. couldn't you? Or a
Flexible
backflip.
man.
A backflip.
Flexible man.
Flexible man for a big man.
I can do a backflip
Yeah.
off a level. So, got in the car, and he was like, how you doing, boys? I said, hey, Glenn, I told you I'd get the UK Strongest Man. You said I wouldn't. Even I didn't say that.
Now get out the car.
So he picked us up, took us to the hotel. He said, right, lads, I'll take you up to the venue. And it was it's called the Crumling Gaol. Old jail.
Old jail, was it?
It's an old jail, yeah. And it was
Crumlin?
Crumling Gaol.
Isn't that where fucking McGregor's from?
He's from Dublin.
Oh,
Yeah.
wrong.
Different area,
Yeah, ignore me.
different postcode.
Yeah, ignore me.
So it was this old jail, and they let us have a good look around, and they used to do hangings and stuff there.
Right.
Yeah. So they took us
So
around.
you put that promoter on it.
Uh-huh.
Get on there.
Right, Glenn. in
I'm
this
here
room.
now.
Nah, but do you know what? Glenn's heart's in the right place, but you need.
But his logic isn't.
I always forget. You're putting a televised show on, and when you've got someone working for you, and it's got to be right, hasn't it? So he's stressed to the eyeballs. For 2 days, he just lived off double espressos. Every time you seen him,
People
double
are just
espresso.
upscuttling his apple cart.
Yes. I can't even,
I've
lost
stole
all meaning now.
I've stole your saying, Matt.
You
I
have,
need the
you have.
glasses.
But he's 100 miles an hour, and he's like the face of the show. He does all the intro stuff. You know, if you've watched the show, you see him doing the whole, don't want to see no Thomas the Tank Engines up here, we'll soon see, and his eyes popping out his head. He's just on the go 24/7, and that competition I did was finishing at 3 a.m. Then you'd go down for your breakfast the next day, and he'd been up for hours already sorting out the next day, and he doesn't half graft, and it's a good show. It's a good show.
It looked good. Televised was mint.
Yeah.
It was good footage.
Again, second show of the year, no crowd.
Yeah.
What a shame.
So
If you watch it at the telly, there's a noise.
maybe it's a good warm up for you though, isn't it? Although you'd love a crowd there, but you've had a little practice with no crowd. Wait till the crowd gets there.
You don't see
Fuel
it
you a
though. You don't see. No matter where you go, you can like. If I've made a mistake before, I've come away and Dale was going, I was telling you, get your elbows up, and you're like, ah, Dale,
Right.
I'm that zoned in. I could be in an empty room and I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
It's that switch off. Like we'll dick about until my name's called, and then it's switch off, put your belt on, and then you know what you need to do. But yeah, I can imagine it's great, but I train without a crowd. I've competed with, like, Australia. You were in an auditorium with a crowd and stuff.
Yeah.
I I knew there was people there, but it doesn't register in your head. It's not that sort of like.
Just get
Was
like
there a
zoned in.
Was there a different feel when you were at UK's Strongest Man to any of the others? Oh,
Yeah, right. Not because of the competition, but the competitors.
yeah.
America, when we went at the Arnold, right? So we had the 4 of us from the gym, close knit, and then we had there was some strong women from one's from Birmingham way, a couple from down south and stuff like that. But it sort of like gravitated that everyone from the UK was in one corner. Then we had the Americans, the Canadians, and then it was like a bit cliquey in that sort of sense. But then at the UK's, because it's a qualifying route in terms of like Northerns, and then you've got like Ireland, Wales, and Scotland coming in. It was like non-stop banter until the point where you stood on the goal line, and I had to get over my nerves in the first 25 minutes or so, because it was like I was.
Well,
shit.
I'm
I'm sat on a coach, right, from the hotel. And then like I looked to my left like that, and there's Mark Felix, who I used to watch on the TV.
Yeah.
Like that.
Fanboy.
with his massive hands.
Hi Mark, you okay? You like don't know what to say. No one has a clue who I am. They probably think I'm there supporting someone else. It was just
No, but this is the thing. When I watched it, you could not look more at home.
Yeah.
If you tried, the way you like, because I always find it funny in your videos in the gym and that, your little like things you do when you're about to lift and that, like you're so deliberate. Like you literally, like a lot of people just walk up and pick. You're like, you've got little.
There's like a little
Little
movement
actions,
before he does it.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
so
Pump
deliberate
fake
in everything
before,
he does, and
yeah.
his technique is perfect.
Yeah.
I imagine so. I mean,
you drill it that much.
Yeah.
You have your own. It's like a sequence before you lift.
yeah,
A good one that you'll notice, right? So if you watch any of Dale's deadlift videos, he gets himself strapped onto the bar, and then when he loads his hamstrings up, he shakes his ass.
right, yeah,
So if you watch it, you'll notice on every deadlift video, he goes down, he puts his head down, and he wiggles his ass, and then fires up.
yeah,
When I squat, I'll take the bar out, I'll set my feet, and then I like wiggle my ankle on my right hand side.
and I can see it now actually.
Loads of people have like these different cues, and that's just we always say you treat every single lift like it's your max lift. So if it's an empty bar, why would you lift it any different to
Yeah,
same with anything though? It's like I do my diet plan, right? Why would I the day before a competition just go and change it up and like, you know, give myself a bad belly? Or then on the day of the competition, I'll tell you what, I'll take a pre-workout that I've never had before.
Yeah.
Give yourself a bad guts and stuff and put yourself off. Just keep it all the same, train the same, working sets the same, warm-ups the same, everything the same, do it the same, drill it in.
I think anyone who's competing has got in any sport will have them routines in it. So
we think
weightlifting's no different.
You know, you fade hair a certain way.
Yeah.
If someone said, right, we're going to go to a convention and you're going to be against 2 other barbers and you're going to do a fade.
Do it completely different.
And then you go, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fade it with my scissors instead of my clippers today.
Some
Yeah,
people would
it's
as well.
Yeah,
that's
I
what-
would.
yeah,
I would.
yeah,
yeah.
I'd look at someone else and I'd say, right, shit, they're doing something different.
Yeah.
I'll try and copy
Well,
them. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that.
I understand. Yeah.
In the warm-up area, what I normally do with the yoke is I just work up. If I know I'm going to be on in 10 minutes time, I'll do a couple of warm-up sets up to like maybe 80% of what the competition weight's going to be. And then that's like me doing sets. So then my working set is the actual one. I looked over. Mark Felix has got like resistance bands around his knees, doing little squats and doing all this other stuff to activate his glutes and things like that. And I remember saying to Dale, should I get the resistance band out? And he was like, why? We don't do it normally.
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
But that, again, when he's there, if he wasn't there, I'd
You
be
might
like,
have done
I'd
it.
be like,
Do
oh,
it.
yeah.
Copied him
Yeah,
exactly.
I understand that.
Shaved
mate.
your head and everything.
Probably give myself shin splints and had a proper bad time. Do you know what I mean? So it's like when you've got someone looking after you and you know, just do that. I've made my mistakes in the beginners competitions. You do novice, intermediate, and then opens. You make your mistakes in the novice and intermediate, and then when it comes to the higher levels, you've learned from them mistakes.
You have made, without sounding a bit critical, you have made a few mistakes in the lower competitions, haven't you? Like you've just said. But again, what we've covered before as well is that you just learn from them, don't you?
Best way
And
to
I
learn
think-
anything is make mistakes.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Which is bad for us,
Well,
bad for a barber,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
is how you learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because there was loads of times when you come in on a Saturday and you're like, right, I'm going to compete, and then you're like, something went wrong.
Yeah.
But when I watched you in that, it was so much more solid. So them mistakes that you've made have obviously helped.
Yeah, it's a big thing for the UK is, and America. I realise that I'm not against other people, because at the end of the day, if they're better than me anyway, no matter how much I train, or if they're better on the day, they're going to be better on the day. It's me against myself, or me against the weights.
Yeah.
There's no point in going.
So you're being the best you can be. It doesn't matter about anyone else.
Well, that's it.
It's what everyone should do, isn't it?
If I can walk away and think, I couldn't do any more there.
Yeah.
Walk away happy. If someone just beats me outright, hold your hands up and say, do you know what?
Yeah.
That was unreal.
Yeah.
I can't believe you managed to do that.
That's good though, isn't it? It's like that's fair sportsmanship. That's how it should be, innit?
Yeah.
You have to be. If you're a footballer and you've drilled your penalties and you win a penalty shootout, someone who's practiced free kicks can't go. No, if you practice what you're going to be doing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then all this goes on, and then your first televised event, UK's Strongest Man, York, is it you called it York?
Yes, Railway.
You line up against Felix, who you've watched growing
Felix,
up.
Gav.
Yeah, Gav.
Who won the competition outright.
Yeah. You line up against these.
Mm-hmm.
Commentators are like, oh, we've got this young guy called Ben, blah, blah, blah. What happened, Ben?
So, I just thought, post-competition nerves, if I've got like a max lift as my first lift, it goes out the window, I panic, I shake, and in my head I was thinking, this is the yoke, once it's on my back, I need to make it over there as quick as possible. And I think, the less time it's on my back, the less it's going to hurt. So,
Hell to leather.
just go. And there's loads of people going, be careful, don't do this because this will happen, or don't do that because that'll happen, and don't do that because that'll happen. And I remember Dale saying to me,
Fuck them.
Because the guy you were talking about before, the massive Welshman.
Yeah, Gav.
So was he in yours?
He was in the same flight,
Because he made it about a couple of metres, 6 metres or something. And then you just powered on. I remember thinking, he's going to stop at some point.
Yeah. Nah, he's not.
Next thing, he's
fucking off skis.
Felix is like, he finished it as well, but he was a good few seconds behind you.
Yeah.
And all the commentators were like, Who
that?
the fuck is that
Who
guy?
the fuck's this geezer?
It all literally goes down to what we were saying before. I trained it a certain way. I warmed up a certain way. Why change it at the last minute? Just because I'm against Mark Felix or Gav Bilton doesn't mean anything.
Can't let it get into your head.
Well, no. What's the point? Because if I'm sat there thinking, "Oh, Gav and Mark are going to beat me," I'm just going to be like down in the dumps and like probably drop it first thing.
Yeah.
I know what I'm capable of doing. Dale knows what I'm capable of doing, and then put it into practice. Sometimes it doesn't go to plan. It doesn't go to plan all the time, but when before America, we went to see another coach in Newcastle because we were both like okay with the yoke, but there was something not quite right. I was getting shin splints. Dale couldn't get any faster no matter how much he trained it. And we went up, and a lady called Jenny Todd, she works up at a gym in Concert. She just put us through our paces. And what she used to do was, she was empty yoke, less than 10 seconds. Yeah. Put the weight on, less than 10 seconds. Put the weight on, less than 10 seconds. Put the weight on, 11 seconds. You're going to do that weight until it's less than 10 seconds. All right. So you think, you'd be talking here like 50% of what your max weight is, and you think, I need to go heavier than this. Strongman, I'm not settling for this. And then she'd be like, Dale's thing was, instead of taking longer strides, he was stomping his feet. So he was sort of like bouncing around like that. And she was like, imagine you're on a travelator, don't lift your legs that far up. Imagine you're dragging the floor underneath you.
Right, yeah.
Just that
Change
one
the game.
sentence.
No.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So the smaller steps give you more momentum.
I was picking it up with my feet dead narrow because I walk with my feet dead narrow.
Yeah.
But that puts so much pressure on your knees and you're out with quads, I wasn't using my glutes or my back to pick it up. So when it was getting heavier, I was like really shaking.
Yeah.
So it goes back to like just technique.
Yeah.
I think
So
that's
like,
the key.
pick it up a little bit wider. You'll only lose
Yeah.
half a second bringing your feet in. So we
And
did
all
that.
you had to do was stick to your game plan when you were there.
So we learnt that, kept training it, and then stuck with it when we got there.
Yeah.
And
It
that
worked.
was
That's
on the
true
day.
to anything you do.
Be less
Yeah.
impressed and more involved.
Yeah.
So don't go into a situation like you're in the headlights. Go in that situation like you're the man.
Yeah.
Like you're there for a reason. Everyone else is the same as
Have a
you.
bit of confidence, you know.
Self-belief.
Self-worth,
You get-
self-belief.
You get
Got
to
some cracking
UK's
quotes
strongest
coming
man.
Yeah.
You don't get there out of chance.
A lot of the books I've been reading.
Yeah. Self-help.
Get me that moose juice and I'll give you some quotations.
Yeah, so it's a simple case of you're not at the UK strongest man by chance.
Yeah,
You've qualified
definitely not.
through like quite
Yeah.
a
That's
hard qualifying stage. So if you don't believe in yourself at that point, or you know even a fraction,
Yeah.
then you need to.
Thing is,
overwork
though, if you
yourself.
didn't believe in yourself at that point, you wouldn't. You just crumbled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always that thing, isn't it? Right? If there's a 5 kilo disc on the table there, and I go, oh, I'll never be able to pick that up. It'll feel heavy. Probably
Yeah.
would pick it up.
Yeah.
But then if you think, do you know what, I'd be able to pick that up and chuck it through the ceiling. You know, I'd give it a good go.
Yeah.
So that your perception your mindset can have a massive thing.
yeah, definitely.
So the overall experience UK Strongest Man was insane for you. And where
It's best
where did you
competition.
finish and stuff in the end?
Semi-final, it works. So there's like an eliminator at the end of every day. So I can't remember if I've come 9th or 12th.
Yeah.
I think it's 12th.
In
I
the
don't know.
UK, but
But it's I made the second day of a 3-day competition, and even while I was there, some of the people who've done it year after year after year, you know, they were saying, "Well done."
yeah.
Not
The
many people.
even the commentators were so
Yeah.
impressed with you.
Not many people on their first time make it through to the second day.
Still
Yeah.
massive. That
Massive.
massive.
Oh,
He
it's
looked the
huge.
part.
Yeah.
How was it like doing an interview on telly and stuff?
Crumble.
It's weird that like hearing a local accent on telly is always
Yeah.
weird as well.
Yeah.
You sounded so borough.
Yeah.
Like-
Well,
Do you not think when you hear like a Darlow accent on telly?
Because we're
I
so
don't feel
used to
I don't
like
feel like
American.
I don't feel like I sound
Nah.
like we sound like that on telly. Do you
Sound
know what
like
I mean?
idiots.
I always
Yeah, it's
think
off it, innit?
on TV, if you're from London or Liverpool, you sound all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just familiarity. Familiarity.
Familiarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Familiarity.
Is that right, Mark?
I think so.
Ask Mark.
Yeah.
Hashtag ask Mark.
I'm talking. It's all social.
Anything in
distance.
the shop, you go through
Hashtag
Mark.
ask Mark.
Mark the
Is he a
what do you
thesaurus?
call
Mark
it?
the maintenance man.
The maintenance
Yeah.
man.
Are you the thesaurus?
I am.
He's everything.
Yeah.
Mark
He's
the
everything and
if
more.
the clippers aren't working, they come to me. If
Yeah.
the scissors aren't working, they come to me.
Yeah.
If the coffee machine isn't working, they come to me.
If we need life advice, we come
Yeah.
to me.
Yep. It's just like it's like not like a Mark can you come help. It's like Mark.
Yeah.
Help.
Marky.
So Ben, what's next?
So I've just recently done the Northern qualifier again.
Yeah. Qualify for English.
Qualify for
Strongest Man.
England's strongest man. So usually what happens is,
I'm such a fanboy.
yeah,
You're a fanboy of Felix. I'm a fanboy of you. I just love it when someone's that much into, especially because it's a growing sport as well.
it's massive.
And Dale's gym is putting it on the map for us around here. I just love it.
It's so strange because like Dale's gym isn't what people would think.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
If you looked at Dale's gym from the outside, obviously, our lasses from Skirn Park, and I walk past it all the time. If you looked at that, you think, what on earth's that?
Yeah.
But what goes on inside 3D Strength, it's massive.
Well, that's it. I've been
It's
to some of the
massive.
biggest barbershops on Instagram and stuff around the country. You go there, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like I was
Yeah.
What's
just
that?
inside.
What is
the
that?
time.
Amazing
yeah.
what Instagram does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
obviously it doesn't matter what the place is. It's the magic
what
that
goes
happens,
on.
innit?
It's the output.
Yeah,
It-
But behind closed doors.
you
Yeah.
can't money can't buy success in that
No.
sort of
Yeah.
stuff. And like, there's other gyms we've been to where they've got like thousands of pounds worth of kit and specialist kit for this and specialist kit for that. You know, we think Atlas stones and stuff like that. We've just got a load of pallets stacked up.
yeah.
Where people have like
Well, what was that one in America? They did a documentary on it.
West Side Barbell.
Yeah, I watched that, and that just literally for me that was just like 3D. Like over here, it was rough. People
Yeah.
were fighting and shit, and like
It's like so on that documentary, some bloke blows his tricep off, He's like, I need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So they pinned him down and tied him up and said, you need to do 100 reps on this arm before you go.
Yeah, or we're just going to knock you.
What the fuck?
Oh, it was mental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I blew my bicep off and the doctor was like that, you're going to need 6 months rest. I was back in the gym 2 days later squatting.
Yeah.
And Dale was like that, your legs aren't broken, are they?
Yeah.
Like, no, they're not.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, that's the attitude.
That just
not,
separates the strong from the weak, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
we haven't got, we've got some amazing kit down there, but it's not the prettiest.
No.
And it might not be the most
But it
perfect to work
fucking
with.
works.
But yeah,
But
that's
that's it,
works.
yeah. If you're working with an awkward piece of kit, or we're doing York on a piece of smashed up concrete with like divots in, and in the there was one time we were doing York in the snow, and we'd gritted a small thing where your legs would be, and just trained out in the snow.
yeah.
Makes you work harder.
Of course it does, and then when you
Yeah.
get to a competition,
It's easy.
it feels easier
Yeah.
because the surroundings are perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you train like that as well, and you're putting yourself through that much shit, your everyday tasks and your normal work life is a piece of piss.
absolutely,
Do you know what I mean? You're fucking lifting shit in the snow and doing all that. You go to work, you're like, pfft,
Yeah.
life's easy, man.
It's a different environment, and I challenge someone to tell me that they know somewhere that's similar to it,
Yeah.
because banter wise it's very similar to the Navy, where it's like anything goes, you
Yeah.
say what you want to whoever you want, but it's like the people who go there don't go to that gym just for strongman.
No.
A lot of people go for
Crack.
just the crack basically, and people have left commercial gyms to go there. There's people who go there not to do strongman or strongwoman. They'll go and do like a circuit for 45 minutes, and it's, I've seen a lot of people come and go. Like I say, people have come in, done one session, and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
See, I've seen Dale on Instagram. I don't think he's not bothered about money or anything like
No.
that. He just wants personal progression out of people.
You'll never find anyone who does online personal training at such a reasonable price.
Yeah.
I know that he's got a
Even
queue
though
of
his knowledge
people.
is probably
Yeah.
a lot more than
Dale's very unique in the fact that he's got knowledge, qualifications, and what he's done is he's trained that way himself and experimented, and he's got an injury list like you would never believe, and he's just come back and he comes back stronger, and so he knows a lot about training the human body, coming back from injuries. It's not the best for nutrition, like.
That's where Chris,
He won't mind me saying that.
that's where
you know
Chris
what I
comes
mean?
in, though, innit?
He went up to Scotland not so long ago, right, to train with Luke and Tom Stoltman. You've seen them on the TV, right?
Oh, yes.
So he went to train with them, and he did a 175 kilo log at his body weight, which is 5 kilos from the world record, I think. And all he'd had that day was a cheese toasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll never see him sat with Tupperware and chicken and rice and all that sort of stuff. If he's hungry, he'll walk around the shop next door to the gym and buy a pasty and a litre of Iron Brew.
But the one that's going
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
Fair
I've never
play,
known
innit?
I've never known anyone eat like him and be like, his performance is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Mental.
There's most of other people in the gym have got nutritionalists, and they're like, they walk in with muffins and Rice Krispie square bars, or they won't go out for a drink on a weekend because they're on plan and stuff. Dale's just like, oh yeah, whatever. I've just had a takeaway from wherever, and yeah, we're getting some cocktails delivered on Uber Eats or whatever. It's
I'll
just
see you in the gym in the morning.
yeah, but
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
He turns up and it's like that. He's just got that sort of like, he said the other morning, because he was taking his little and swimming. He went, I hate training before 10 o'clock, but do you know what it is? You just have to get it done, don't you? Because if I don't do it now, I'll have to do it later, and I hate training later as well. So yeah, what's the lesser evil? And he's like, whatever, yeah, just get it done.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Just
Yeah, but no, I've spoke to him, and we obviously he's going to come on at some point, so it'll be good to get you both on, or good to get his philosophy behind it all and stuff.
You'll have 2/3 of the world's strongest chavas.
Yeah, there we go. I can't handle the all yous at once, like definitely not.
Too many strong
Fuck
chavs.
that. But yeah, so I mean, we've loved watching your development, Ben. It's been unreal. And just seeing you representing the gym and yourself and your sponsors and the town on UK Strongest Man, I was fucking proud, you know what I mean? It was like,